Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. You are now listening to The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
That's right, guys. Here we go on a Tuesday edition of The Jim Colbert Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate that greatly. And we do have a stacked up program for you today. We'll get you caught up on what's happening out there. The triumphant return of Deborah with Woke News. 3:45, it's Frogger's football forecast. We'll go over our scores for football. 4 o'clock, it's What'd You Do That's New. We'll go over what I wrote down as Jack's vulva thing.
I didn't know he had one.
Yeah, Ross is up after that.
You're
5
welcome.
o'clock hour, best of challenge. We have chefs in from Sunset Walk to show us their wares. We get to take some sandwiches today as we move forward till Saturday. The best of challenge out of Sunset Walk Sandwich Edition is coming up this Saturday. Celebrating that. Trivia in that hour. Ross thoughts and last call to wrap it all up. Your calls, texts, and talkbacks all day long. Plus, this is your last opportunity to be a contestant in the listener challenge for the best of challenge coming up this weekend with your celebrity impersonations. Welcome to the program. I am Jim. To my left, my lovely and very dangerous co-host, Ms. Deb Roberts.
Hello there.
Straight ahead producer, Jack Bradshaw.
Good afternoon.
Comedy Alien. Saucy Padgy.
Nobody understands the iCloud.
407 916 1041.
Ding, 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 ding.
He says with a bit of frustration in his voice.
Well, he should really get the dong on that one because he be spitting truth
All
there.
right, 407 916 1041. Text us 77031. Find us easily on social, Instagram, Facebook at The Jim Colbert Show every day. You can find us online at jimcolbertlive.com. How's everybody doing on this Tuesday? Why do you have such a sour look over there, buddy?
Sour look.
Yeah. You look very upset about something. Is everything okay?
Well, I'm upset with my output when it comes to just everything in general.
Yeah? Why is that?
Wow. Because
man.
because I want more.
Okay, you want more.
I'm like Kylo Ren. More. I don't know. I'm just
Did not end well for him.
Yeah. Did you get your iPhone yet?
No, I get it today, I think.
Oof.
Oh yeah, and this one's a big deal because now it has a different cord. Cool. Oh wait, it's made of titanium.
Yeah, what other changes? Yeah, because they made their credit cards out of titanium, so I guess they had to make this out of it too.
I mean, I don't think that was the reason why.
It's a joke.
I think it's a spiel, a shtick.
I think they had a lot of titanium sitting around.
Yeah, maybe they did. We gotta clear out this titanium. We got it on sale.
A bunch of 2002 Big Berthas in a corner.
Yeah.
What are we going to do with these Hawkeyes? That was for 4 of you out there.
Oh, my God. It's such a great joke. That's so funny. You're right. That is, there's like 9 dudes falling over right now.
Oh, yeah.
I understand the iCloud. It's essentially Apple's version of Dropbox. It's your little internet storage. I upgraded my plan for a little bit, but now I'm trying to bring it back down. Because this is what everyone does with the iCloud.
Yeah.
All right?
I don't know what they do with the iCloud. My phone tells me I haven't backed up in 2 years.
So what happens is that you'll go ahead, you'll get an iPhone or a computer, and you're doing your best Apple life. And then you'll get a notification of going like, by the way, your iCloud's almost full.
That's right.
And by the way, for like $1 more,
Yeah.
Right.
you can upgrade it to 200 gigs.
Right.
I think you get a free 50 gigs,
Yeah.
which to be honest with you, pretty good.
Yeah, not bad at all.
But then they bank on people's laziness and ignorance of what the hell it is.
And you are right, and that's why I have signed up for that extra 200 gig 5 times.
because you were done with that notification.
And then here's the best part of that. Even with how much is 1,000 gig? Is that a terabyte?
That is.
So even with a terabyte of iCloud storage, my phone and computer tell me every day that I haven't backed it up in 565 days.
There's no way you have a terabyte that you're paying for a terabyte.
I'm telling you, every time it asks me to increase my iCloud, I increase it. And I've got the $2.99 charges every month to prove it.
All right,
but I don't even know how to get to it.
If it's $2.99, I don't think you're getting a terabyte.
I don't know. I mean, like I said, I did it 5 times.
None of this. What?
I'm trying to make your day better.
I think
How
you
am I
just
doing
did.
so far?
So far, so good.
Yeah, you're smiling now. See, a minute ago you were scowling like a scowling madman looking at me. Now you're smiling a little bit.
Well,
because somebody is dumber than you on this show.
No, I was just scowling because I don't know how well I did. I filmed something this morning, and I'm second guessing a couple of the choices that I made, like an idiot.
That's fine. That happens.
Gosh.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. We do have chefs coming in today.
Yes.
From Sunset Walk. It's free food day. And I don't know if you know anything about radio people. We're a fan.
Oh,
I'm so
yeah.
hungry. We're giant fans. You know, it's so funny. Jack and I have been planning for this for like a week.
Yeah.
Because this is like one of the most glorious times of the year.
I planned my meals all day around this.
Is it when we do the best of challenge? These chefs come piling in here with just trays of food. And we are so excited. Deb and Ross both walk in eating food.
Yeah.
Because it's not till 5.
Yeah, but I mean, come on, man. I'm starving. I just ate a bag of chips.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome,
I
too.
kind of
Thank you.
messed up, too, because for lunch today, I had a sandwich.
Did you really?
So now, and then at 5 o'clock, we're about to, get blitzkrieg
Oh,
with the
buddy.
sandwich orgy.
Oh,
And
wait, yeah, that's right. I had a sandwich, too.
And I saw a couple of them as well, and they look damn good, dude. I'm super excited. Saturday, by the way, get your tickets at sunsetwalk.com, $20 VIP tasting tickets. Remember, the event is free. If you want to come out and just kind of tool around, you can do that. But if you want to taste the food, and it's a limited ticket release. This happens every single year we've done this. Every time somebody waits and they get left out. Last year, there were people at the gate trying to buy tickets to get in, unfortunately, because there has to be a count, because the chefs have to know exactly how much food to make, so they're not short. There is a count on the tickets, and once that's reached, it is no-go. Not even for us, by the way. I had people asking me last year for free tickets to be put on my list, and we couldn't even pull that off.
Oh, yeah, no, there are no. I mean, because you don't want to go where there isn't enough food.
Right, you don't want to, and you don't want to be that person that walks up and they're like, "We're sorry."
Right.
You don't want to do it. And can I tell you, the restaurants don't want to say it to you.
Correct.
They want you to walk up there and get something nice from them. So,
Exactly.
So this is why we have to limit it for so many people. So again, it's sunsetwalk.com. If you want to come on, hang out with us Saturday, we'll be out there at the promenade having a good time. 10 of those restaurants are getting together to try to sandwich the other. And there are some incredible entries already that we get to taste today. And I like the fact that we're not tasting all of them. One year we tasted everything and we went to the event. And I was like, oh, I kind of know what's going on already. We're only tasting 4. And then when we get to the event, we get the other 6 to kind of really find out what's going on.
I feel like Dagwood.
Oh, yeah.
But I think Jim actually, before the show, touched on a brilliant idea. And instead of having like 4 chefs in on a Tuesday, let's have 5 chefs in and spread it out over a week. That way we get fed 5 times.
Oh, yeah. So we should be doing that.
Brilliant.
5 different times.
The problem is, and I tell you, this is how I think, which is, I guess, dumb, but it's courteous. You know, it is dumb business-wise, but it's very courteous.
I think you'll get a lot of people who agree with you on this.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Jack. The fact that they have to drive from Kissimmee and to ask them to do that every single day to make it through the traffic this time of the day, is a bit of a nightmare, because going home, it takes them like an hour and 15 minutes to get back out there.
What about a sleepover?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
We
I'm
have the
down with that.
room.
We'll fake a hurricane.
Exactly.
I'm pumped up for this because this is essentially us, like, snapping a baguette in 2 and throwing it in the middle, kind of thing, and having them all compete and fight to the death for best sandwich.
It's great.
This is another great idea that Jim had, and he doesn't even realize it.
I love this.
Hurricane season, we're getting into what? The more active is this tail end. That's
Yeah.
what typically. And we've been here overnights on hurricanes. And what's the search? It's always for food.
Oh, yeah.
We have the canned stuff. I remember driving around one year in the rain to the Untubber down the block trying to get $400 worth of food.
Donated ramen.
I remember one year them telling us, don't forget your perishable food.
Yeah.
We need to include a chef in our overnight radio station thing, so we have someone to prepare the food.
I like that idea a lot.
And then who's the best at cooking?
Gosh, I can't think of anyone.
I can't either.
Who could be the one to work on a hot plate in a microwave and
Somebody
make
get me an apron.
Who's really proud of their short ribs?
Yeah, right. All right, 407-916-1041. Florida #1 again. But isn't it funny when I say Florida's #1 again, nobody gets excited because they know it sucks?
Well,
They know we're #1 at child death or #1 at people being eaten by gators. It's always something kind of crazy like that. Well, that's that again. And I think Orlando, we didn't win this one, but if Florida City did, I think at one point Orlando did hold this this title.
I believe you're correct. And for many years as well.
Yeah. I think we were at one point
Number one in the country.
one of the most dangerous places for
Pedestrians.
That's right, pedestrians.
Yeah.
Again, we didn't make it this time. The safest place, the least dangerous place for pedestrians is, think Midwest.
Minnesota.
No.
Oklahoma City.
Oshkosh.
He's closer, Nebraska, which would be Lincoln, Nebraska.
Nailed it. Oh, that's like a gong worthy,
Listen,
right?
God, no, it's not
No.
even close.
Damn
Barely a ding. But the top 10 deadliest cities for in the U.S. for pedestrians, number one is Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And I've always wondered why.
Messy. Everyone's losing their mind down there.
Or is it people running from one strip club to another?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I've always wondered, how now in Orlando you can understand because in our tourist area, specifically in Orlando, if you're not from this area, we have a thing called International Drive, which is a strip that on either side is just tourists everywhere, and they're walking around and they're oblivious a lot of times. And
A lot of putt-putt down there,
a lot of
Jim.
putt-putt. People riding bicycles because our climate is good year-round.
A lot of tie-dye shirts that say this is Orlando, Florida.
You can be out on your bike or out and around, so there are more opportunities as a pedestrian for you to get hit. But, and then you look at number two, like, why is Jackson, Mississippi on there? Or Macon, Georgia? Like, not even really populated places considering other big cities that have a lot of, like you would think that New York or Dallas or, Boston or one of these cities where it's a real concentrated group of people would be considerably more dangerous.
Well,
but it's not even close.
I mean, Orlando, we just had a 62-year-old man who was killed this morning trying to cross I-4 near Walt Disney World.
Unreal, man. Memphis, Tennessee, it's just dangerous in general there. Albuquerque, Little Rock, Victorville, California, Pompano Beach makes it from Florida, so we have two in the top 10. Charleston and Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Well, in Fort Lauderdale, you do have the Las Olas Boulevard, which is a bunch of shops, restaurants,
really?
bars. You've got all those tourists that are on the beaches, crossing the roads. You add in bars, people drinking, getting into their, high-end sports car.
Boom.
I read several of those stories on the wire every day, but if I went over them, it would seem like that's all we talked about.
I will tell you what's crazy about this list, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these cities, 8 of the 10 are in the South. Not one of these cities, the most dangerous cities, is in the Northeast or out West. Only 2.
It's the Dukes of Hazzard, man. Them good old boys.
California and Albuquerque are the only ones, are the only cities that aren't in the deep South. I mean, you have Mississippi, Georgia, Tennessee, Arkansas, and South Carolina and Louisiana. That's nuts. I don't understand how there has to be some kind of correlation of why that is. It has to be just the climate, right? The ability to be out and around more.
Maybe it's a motorist avoiding swerving around stray animals, and then they run over people on the sidewalk.
That's as good as any suggestion, I guess. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. We do have a lot of stuff to talk about today. Deb, news?
Yeah, well, we're going to talk about, it's all presidential, political, not all of it. But President Biden hits the picket line alongside UAW workers. Florida Republican Governor Ron DeSantis will debate California Democratic Governor Gavin Newsom. And how much did Ford Theater tickets for the night of Lincoln's assassination sell for?
Mm-hmm.
There's a gun going on.
Yeah. We'll tell you that and more coming up next during Woke News.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Someday Alexa will do everything. Alexa, can you unclog the toilet?
Yeah, I'm kind of busy right now.
But until then, just tell her to play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
Playing Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
Hey, what's happening? I hope your Tuesday is going great so far. And right now, on the major highways and roads of Orlando, still a few things going on. Right now, that off-ramp is closed still southbound towards State Road 429 from the Turnpike. Be aware of that. And there is a disabled vehicle southbound at Colonial Drive on the Turnpike. That incident on Sand Lake Road eastbound at Weingard has cleared up, though there is still a delay. And of course, your usual delay on I-4 east and westbound approaching State Road 535. Our Safe Touch Security traffic tip line number is 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black with your report.
This report is sponsored by ViStar Credit Union. ViStar Credit Union's third location in Orange County is now open in Winter Park. They are ready to help you reach your financial goals and life goals. Visit vistarcu.org/Winter Park or stop by 605 North Orlando Avenue. Federally insured by NCUA.
Divorce? Call Trinley and Kramer, TK Law, onefirmforlife.com.
If there's anything better than getting a few of your favorite things from McDonald's, it's getting a few of your favorite things from McDonald's for less in the McDonald's app. Delicious. Order in the McDonald's app today. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Use mobile order and pay on the McD app and get 25% off any purchase of $5 or more, like a steak, egg, and cheese bagel meal. At participating McDonald's, valid once a day through 12/31/23, excludes tax, must opt into rewards.
I've perfected my buy one, get one game putting in reps at the outlet mall. Now I'm ready for McDonald's buy one, get one for $2 deal. I can pick up Big Mac with 2 all-beef patties and Big Mac sauce, or 100% fresh beef quarter pounder with cheese, or a juicy 10-piece chicken McNuggets made with all white meat chicken, or a filet of fish with crispy fish and melty American cheese. When I buy one, I get one for just $2. I'm finally ready to go BOGO Pro. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Valid for item of equal or lesser value.
Attention! Our friends from Guarantee Media are giving away 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99 to the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. It's only for the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. They give you up to a year and a half to travel, but you must be one of the first 50 to text MUSIC to 96551. Grab your phone and text the word MUSIC to 96551 for your chance to get 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99. That's MUSIC to 96551. You heard right. Be one of the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551 and get 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99. But you must be one of the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. Text the word MUSIC to 96551 for your chance to go on vacation to Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico.
Can we talk about your allergies? I know, there's nothing you can do for them, right? Well, thanks to Aspire Allergy and Sinus, there is. More than 8 out of 10 Aspire patients find relief that lasts for years. Even people like you who thought there was no cure for their allergies. Look, inflation is still a thing, and those over-the-counter allergy meds aren't getting any cheaper. Aspire Allergy and Sinus has solutions that last, so you can save in the long run. Go to aspireallergy.com to book your appointment today. aspireallergy.com.
SafeTouch offer modern options to secure your home or business with just a tap on your phone, watch, or tablet. Right now, buy one outdoor camera with 24/7 recording, get one free. Visit safetouch.com. SafeTouch, peace of mind with a purpose. State license number EF2001945.
Today's Central Florida job market is more competitive than ever, but don't be discouraged. Attend the Florida Jobs Now Job Fair Wednesday, October 11th, noon to 4 p.m. at the Orlando Science Center, and connect with over 70 recruiters right here in Central Florida, some even offering on-the-spot interviews. Your next career is right in front of you. Join us at the Florida Jobs Now Job Fair Wednesday, October 11th, noon to 4 p.m. at the Orlando Science Center, located at 777 East Princeton Street in Orlando. Get more info at floridajobsnow.com.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with things I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of the disease called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, straight lines seem wavy, like when looking at a door frame. For others, blurry or missing spots can make it hard to read or see loved ones' faces. Many have trouble seeing in low light, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. Talk to your eye doctor about GA today. Learn more at GAWon'tWait.com. That's GAWon'tWait.com.
90% of us don't brush long enough. Around half don't brush twice a day. And 75% brush with old, worn-out bristles. The Quip electric toothbrush fixes that. It has timed sonic vibrations that aren't like a jackhammer, a nifty cover for brushing on the go, and a wireless design that mounts to mirrors. We also deliver brush heads and supplies from $5. Choose an electric toothbrush accepted by the American Dental Association. Shop Quip from $25 and get your first refill free at getquip.com/star.
A Fifth Third Better means we put in 166.7%.
What does that mean?
Well, at Fifth Third Bank, our name equals 166.7%. So that's how hard we work. That means free checking, no hidden fees, and helping to protect your identity.
Explain it in baseball terms?
It's a home run.
Basketball terms?
It's a slam dunk.
Football.
Touchdown.
Highlight?
Buzzball.
Cricket.
Golden duck.
Wow. Guess that really is a Fifth Third Better.
That's what a Fifth Third Better means. This is banking a Fifth Third Better. Fifth Third Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
iHeart Podcast Update this week on your free iHeartRadio app. Unimaginable Season 2. Your host Mike sits down with the world's most important chief executives to answer your most pressing questions about leadership, career, and life. The Mark Moss Show, helping you navigate cryptocurrency, business, and financial markets, and more. Sharp Money. This show explores 2 unique approaches to betting, broadcasting, and life with VSIN fan favorites Patrick Meager and Amal Shaw. Hear these podcasts and more on your free iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Heard of the job? Dial pound 529 on your cell. Pound law, that's all.
So apparently Facebook is still a thing? Search gym members and join our group.
My favorite U2 song of all time.
Why did he go 1, 2 to 14?
The Torse is 14?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it is, actually. And I don't know, but Deb, this song has been out like 10 years.
Oh, longer than that.
Has it?
Yeah.
I remember it was big. It was one of those when in the early Apple commercials where Apple would kind of break music. Not that they broke U2. Well,
yeah, no.
You could say that U2 broke Apple.
Exactly.
But this was one of those that was on one of their commercials, which was pretty infamous.
Almost 20 years ago.
Wow.
04 is when this song came out. All right, 407-916-1041.
Vertigo. Vertigo by YouTube.
You deserve that, by the way. 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show here on Real Radio. I am Jim. Jack and Ross are right over there. Let's get a check of the news with the lovely Deborah Roberts.
And now, it's time for Woke News. It seems like kind of a misuse of the whole world on the Jim Colbert Show.
And as always, Woke News is brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. And yes, Ross did do the ticket story yesterday. So I found a story that, well, maybe one day we'll be talking about our very own Ross.
Oh, wow. Okay. Very good.
Yeah.
Is he going to be shot in a theater?
No.
No.
I'll take it.
He's died there before.
Yeah.
It's a
It'd be
joke.
great.
It's a joke.
Let's get to the news.
Listen, something is going to get killed one of these nights.
You killed enough, buddy. Trust me.
All right, President Biden stood alongside UAW members on the picket line in Michigan today. Biden told workers on strike they deserve a significant raise and other benefits as automakers like Ford, General Motors, and Stellantis have raked in record profits. He added that the UAW workers saved the automobile industry back in 2008 and had to make a lot of sacrifices. It's the first time a sitting U.S. president has stood on the picket line alongside workers. Former President Trump is set to visit the state to show his support for union workers tomorrow. All right, 2 men who may be the most polarizing governors will face off in a debate and who Jimmy months ago predicted would end up being the presumptive nominees for each respective party. But Fox News has announced that Florida Republican Governor Ron DeSantis will debate California Democratic Governor Gavin Newsom on November 30th. Fox News host Sean Hannity will moderate the 90-minute debate in Georgia. Hannity says the debate will be about the everyday issues and governing philosophies that impact the lives of every American. Meanwhile, DeSantis is preparing for tomorrow's Republican presidential debate out in California at the Reagan Presidential Library.
Yeah, if you ever thought that Gavin Newsom was scared of Ron DeSantis, he's doing a debate against him, and it's being moderated by Sean Hannity.
That's what I thought too.
So, I mean, you got to remember, Newsom already was on with Hannity, and a lot of people said basically handled him. because he has his stuff together. He knows what he's talking about. Do I think he's going to be a good president? Man, I don't know, because you could point to California and put out a bunch of whole things and be like, well, I hope you don't plan on running the country like you run California. But I do believe that he's pretty enough and he's shiny enough and young enough that with the right motivation that he could be, he would not answer a question when posed to him just 3 days ago whether or not he would throw his hat in the ring.
Right.
And this is something that he adamantly denied not even 2 months ago.
Yeah, so it will be very interesting to see as the days wind down.
Mm-hmm.
All right, locally, some parents are upset in Orange County, and they want answers after a surprise move by the governor. Governor Ron DeSantis announced last week that school choice scholarships were going to be suspended at 2 Winter Park schools. DeSantis says Park House Academy and Park Maitland have ties to the Chinese Communist Party, but some parents are skeptical.
Whoa.
They say the accusation is pretty ludicrous and DeSantis should provide proof. Some parents may have to move their kids to other schools, and one parent says everyone is going to suffer in that case. She tells Fox 35 News having children exposed to diverse socioeconomic backgrounds from different areas makes our communities better.
Have you no decency, sir?
It's interesting. It is. I read a little bit of that case, and it's really odd how they made the connection that this is a Chinese connected. There is
to the government because it's an individual, a Chinese individual who lives in Hong Kong.
It's really wild, man. It really is how that would all of a sudden be a target like that, and you have to think that a lot of those voters and a lot of the people who pay for that schooling would be Republicans because it's super expensive. Not saying that, I'm just talking about the stereotypes.
Yeah,
right.
no,
Oh, yeah.
I agree. We agree.
Yeah, I mean, that it would be full of, and I don't understand. Now, it's not going to affect a ton of students, but enough to make it a pain in the ass.
Well, and not only that, these are the kinds of things that when you decide 4, 5, 6 weeks into the new school year, that now is the time to make this choice. You couldn't have done this in the beginning of the school year when parents and students had time to do their due diligence and research where they're going to go next. But now you just drop it on them.
What, about 400 students?
Yeah, I thought it was 300 to 400.
300 to 400, just
at the between the two schools. By the way, and they are connected. They're connected. Park House and the Maitland School are, I think, connected in some way, shape, or form. They're subsidiaries. One is a subsidiary of another, if I remember right.
And in the grand scheme of the Florida population, not a big number, but those are 400 to 500 families or 300 to 400 families. And can you imagine if you had a kid in school and suddenly they said, nope, you can't go to school here anymore in late September?
Exactly. What are you supposed to do?
Because they have ties to...
The governor's office says that they have ties to the Communist Party of China.
But it's a guy in it's an investor or somebody.
It's a Chinese citizen who lives in Hong Kong. I don't.
It seems to be a stretch, but this has been part of his thing. This he says Chinese Communist government. That's a rote thing that he's been saying since his campaign started. Anything against that, the Chinese Communist government, we're going to get that out of Florida. And anyway, that's why he started banning them from buying or owning land near sensitive spots here in Florida. That's a thing.
And one might make the argument it's really just political posturing, considering he's running for higher office.
Yeah.
So then the claim is that because the funding is coming from that one guy over in Hong Kong, that it could be,
but it's not even
wavering the education. Is that the claim?
The thing is, the tuition is so high at both of these schools. I don't think they have a problem with funding. I don't think either one of those schools, which are very expensive, I think they're as expensive as UCF. I don't think they have a funding issue. I believe what Deborah's saying is right. I think it's a political prop-up issue.
Yeah, and there's another school in Weston that's going through this as well. So there's several schools around the state. Another issue that hits close to home, Florida gaming regulators are trying to shut down 3 fantasy sports operators. The state's Gaming Control Commission sent cease and desist letters last week to Underdog Sports, Prize Picks, and Better for reportedly taking part in illegal mobile sports wagering.
Ruh-roh.
The News Service of Florida reports that the panel did not submit notices to major daily fantasy sports games like DraftKings or FanDuel. The agency was created 2 years ago as part of an agreement reached with the Seminole Tribe, which gave the tribe control over sports betting in the Sunshine State. In an issue, like we've heard Scott Maxwell say before with the Orlando Sentinel, will most likely end up before the nation's highest court.
Yep.
Because they just... All right, we thought this story was over and done, and if this is true, man... God, how heartbreaking would this be? Tampa police are actually investigating the circumstances surrounding the death of former NFL star Mike Williams. You remember we talked about this during Woke
construction
News.
site. He said he got hit in the head by a beam or something.
Williams checked into St. Joseph's Hospital late last month. Yeah, you're right, Jimmy, after he was partially paralyzed while working construction. Now, records obtained by the Tampa Bay Times show family members are worried that visitors brought illegal prescription painkillers to Williams' hospital room the same day he went into cardiac arrest.
Oh, God.
As of Monday, his cause of death is still pending. Williams passed away 2 weeks ago at only age of 36.
Wow, man.
Why would they do that? He's there in the hospital. I mean,
because he says he's in pain, probably not getting what he wants.
And they didn't want to pay $1,000 a pill there.
Yeah, or a friend thought they were helping him out.
Right.
You know.
I know.
And I don't know. I cast aspersion. I don't know what he was like, outside of this and what connections he had, but it's just a sad story.
All the way around. All right, the Orange County Sheriff's Office is accused of failing miserably when it comes to investigating a young woman's death. That's what Mia Marcano's family claims in a lawsuit they filed yesterday against the Sheriff's Office and 2 deputies who investigated her murder 2 years ago. Marcano's family says the deputy who first investigated her disappearance withheld key information from a supervisor. Now, that lack of information led the 19-year-old Marcano to be declared a voluntary missing person instead of a missing endangered person. If you guys remember, when she did not arrive in South Florida off of her flight, her family drove up here from South Florida, interacted with the killer, who happened to be the maintenance worker at her apartment complex, and the deputies as they're standing there. And the family's like, that's the guy you need to be talking to.
They're yelling that at the cop while he's standing there.
Yeah, while he's standing there. The deputy and his supervisors were given unpaid suspensions. Now, a lawyer for the Marcano family tells News 6 if deputies were properly trained and had any sense of urgency, this could have happened a whole lot differently, saying her life may have been possibly saved. And if not, they at least could have been led to her body much sooner than they had, because I believe it was a few days afterwards.
Yeah, that he was found.
He was found hanging, and then she was found out, at those troubled condos.
When this was filed yesterday, Ray Trinley just happened to be in the studio, and we kind of learned about this together, and he looked at me and said, that's bad news for them. Because he remembers the case, and we kind of went over it quickly, and I remember us talking about it and how dumbfounded we were at how this investigation was handled. The cop went into the apartment
and did not treat it as a potential crime scene.
And there was evidence of
blood.
There was of wrongdoing. And nothing was done. I just could not believe it. And we kind of opined on why nothing was happening from the family. Obviously, they were getting their legal ducks in a line, and now it's time to go.
Yeah, exactly.
It's going to be very interesting to see how Orange County argues the way out of this.
Especially considering, like we talked about before, the cell phone video of when the family drove up here to, to make the missing persons case.
Genuinely.
Authorities are asking for the public's help as they try to identify a person of interest in the murder of an Osceola County woman nearly 3 decades ago, a woman who was never reported missing, by the way. That, to me, is always such an important point. The FDLE says the remains of 36-year-old Maria Tellez Gonzalez was found on the side of a road in Beaufort County, South Carolina in May of 1995. She was not identified until last year. So Tellez Gonzalez was last seen alive at her Kissimmee home after she returned from a trip to Puerto Rico. Investigators are trying to learn more about her possible boyfriend, who they believe lived in the Orlando area at the time of the murder. The FDLE has posted a picture of the man, who's only identified as Carlos, on the agency's Facebook page, but they are really asking for the public's help. Speaking of the public's help, you definitely don't want to encounter this guy, but if you've seen the video, Polk County police are looking for a man accused of attacking his ex-girlfriend. Deputies say 35-year-old Jose Chaidez beat up the 64-year-old victim at an S Food Mart in Haines City on Saturday afternoon, slapping her a few times with a butcher knife.
Yeah, I watched this video. It is completely bananas. It is completely bananas.
Yeah.
If somebody would have shot that guy in the back of the head in that store,
nobody would have done anything.
Nothing would have happened.
No.
I mean, this guy was assaulting everybody. He had a giant knife. He was smacking the girl on the ass with a knife.
Butcher knife.
It was crazy. The videos, I mean, you can find the videos crazy.
Yeah, he also reportedly hit a 43-year-old man multiple times who was trying to help the woman and be a good Samaritan. He put both the victim and the good Samaritan in the hospital in critical condition, but they are expected to survive. Now, Chaidez has a criminal history of aggravated assault and kidnapping, so Crime Stoppers is offering a cash reward for information leading to his arrest.
Oh, they haven't got that guy yet.
No, not that I've left.
Hey, he's not going to go quietly, by the way.
No, he's not.
Oh, yeah.
No, he is not.
Oh, I hope they tase his balls.
All right, also over.
Right on him.
I mean, I hope they just tase his balls.
One left,
I
one
really
right.
do. I hope they aim for him.
Like a prong per ball,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
both prongs, one ball, both prongs, one ball?
One prong in each ball, so when they hit it, he completes the circuit.
Okay. All right. There's good news following a tragic crash in Hillsborough County. I don't know if you guys heard about this story where 6 people were killed Saturday when a train hit an SUV in Plant City. The family were on their way to a Sweet 16 party. One person in the SUV survived the crash, and he's in the hospital, but a relative said he is showing signs of recovery. Guillermo Gama's aunt said yesterday the 23-year-old has been able to squeeze her hand, and doctors don't believe he'll need brain surgery. A doctor, though, says Gamma did suffer brain bleeding, a ruptured kidney, and a possible bruised lung. There are no crossing arms or other safety features at that particular site. A GoFundMe page has been set up to help Gamma with his medical bills. So far, over 200 people have donated over $14,000.
A whole family wiped
whole
out.
family.
Incredible.
6 people.
Yeah.
Yep.
Stopped on the tracks, too. It was kind of weird, right?
Well, yeah. No, I don't know if they stopped. They were crossing, and then the train hit them. It had bells, but it did not have gate arms because it was more of a rural road.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
it's a Cadillac Escalade.
Yeah.
And the driver and the front passenger survived at the time of the crash. They had to be taken out with the jaws of life. The others were ejected from the SUV. After the train hit it, it flipped several times and just tossed everybody out of the vehicle. This was, from what law enforcement said, was one of the worst mass casualty accident events they've ever worked. They said the carnage was unbelievable.
The train hits the car and starts flipping it down like it's a movie.
Yeah.
Like it just almost like you just kicked it over,
Right.
not like a can rolling down a hill, and it was just spitting people out as it went.
Including a 9-year-old. Yeah, because there was a whole
Right.
family on their way to a Sweet 16 party. All right, 8 passengers are recovering after they were hurt on a flight heading to South Florida. JetBlue says Flight 1256 from Ecuador experienced sudden severe turbulence as it was approaching Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport earlier today. I don't care where that area of the world, for some reason, any bad turbulence experience I've ever had has been over that part of the Caribbean. 7 travelers and even a crew member were taken to the hospital. The plane connected to the incident will remain out of service while officials inspect it. Have you guys ever been? That was always one of the warnings that my mom gave us as kids.
What?
Always keep your seatbelt on.
Oh, Jack and
Never ever sit in your airplane seat without your seatbelt on.
Jack and I rode on a trip to Chicago with that football team that was harrowing. I mean, it was.
Oh, that was the worst flight I've ever been on.
It was harrowing. There's
Really?
no other way to explain.
Yeah.
I mean, when you have coaches that have been flying their entire coaching careers, 40 years, they've been in airplanes flying back and forth to cities on short and long, and those guys were like doing the Catholic cross and praying.
Oh, yeah.
Like Jack and I we didn't even know what to do.
350-pound lineman just white-knuckling the chair in front of
This
them.
plane is dropping hundreds of feet at a time
Yeah.
and going up, then turning sideways. The wing almost hits as we're landing.
Yeah, the winds that were coming off the lake, it was landing in Chicago, but it was the Miami Hurricanes plane, and it was a charter flight we were on. So it was a smaller plane.
And Deb, when they got to because they let you out the ass end of it.
Yeah.
So when you walk down the gangplank to walk out across the tarmac to go to the car, it was blowing cheerleaders like off the tarmac. It was. I'm telling you, they could not keep it was 40-mile, 50-mile-an-hour winds.
I had an experience like that in a 747 coming back from England. We were supposed to land in Orlando, but to avoid a hurricane, they sent us to Miami. Well, guess what the hurricane did?
Yeah.
Went toward Miami. So as this plane is landing,
Was that
like
Andrew?
you guys, it wasn't Andrew, but it was the first time I remember them saying they closed Walt Disney World.
Wow.
Because of the approach.
Oh.
And I was there with my former mother-in-law having to explain to her the importance of what it means when they shut down Walt Disney World.
Yeah.
And so as we're landing, we're dropping hundreds of feet at a second. People were vomiting, crying, screaming, and praying openly. And at the end of that flight, I asked the captain as we got off, did you just land that plane? He said, yes, I did. I said, thank you.
Big kiss.
Your skill. All right, we're already up against the clock, but I want to let you know real quick, nobody won the grand prize, but 3 people did win some Powerball, bought some Powerball tickets in Central Florida are worth $1 million each.
Damn.
Jack, tell me you bought them.
No.
Damn. Well, the tickets matched 5 of the 6 numbers drawn in Monday night, missing only the Powerball numbers. So 2 of the tickets were sold in Kissimmee at a Publix and a Walmart fuel station. The 3rd winner was purchased at a Circle K in Eustis. Because no tickets matched all 6 numbers, the jackpot for Wednesday night's drawing is worth at least $835 million. And then real quick, finally, the Golden Globes Award will feature 2 new categories next year. Awards for Best Cinematic and Box Office Achievement and Best Performance in Stand-Up Comedy on Television.
Wow.
Will be handed out at the 81st edition of the ceremony in January. Best Cinematic and Box Office Achievement will feature 8 nominees who've earned $150 million or more at the global box office, including $100 million in the U.S. The Golden Globe says these films typically don't get recognized, in the larger award categories, but they deserve it all the same. And meanwhile, the new Comedy Award will recognize stand-up comedy performances of at least 30 minutes made for television.
Wow.
And we know Ross has a tight 30.
Oh, yeah.
I do.
I felt weird saying that, though.
Yeah, it's real tight.
Oh, stop.
And now you all are officially woke. Getting out early.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Now that we've all quit Facebook and started talking to each other again, what's that? Nobody's quit Facebook? Facebook.com/RealRadio Orlando. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. Afternoon highs today reaching the upper 80s. It's going to be warm and humid. Shower and thunderstorm chances on the rise, mainly after 3 o'clock. We're looking at 70% coverage, the chance for heavy rain, frequent lightning, as well as gusty winds. We always say when thunder roars, head indoors. Want to make sure everybody is staying safe on this Tuesday evening. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro.
This report is sponsored by Pfizer and BioNTech. As the world keeps changing, so does COVID-19. That's why this season's COVID-19 shots have been updated. They're designed to help protect against recent variants. Learn more and schedule at vaccines.gov. Sponsored by Pfizer and BioNTech.
O'Reilly. Protect your engine against sludge and wear with a synthetic oil change. O'Reilly Auto Parts has 5 quarts of Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil for $35.95. Plus, get a $5 O reward to use on a future purchase. Our professional parts people can also recommend all the supplies you need for your next oil change. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts or visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go: shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms: irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit NoTimeToWait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Do you have an idea for an invention or new product and don't know what to do next? Inventors, InventHelp can help you get started with your idea. Call 1-800-INVENTION or go to InventHelp.com to get your free inventor's information. They can help you try to patent your idea and submit it to companies. Get started with your idea today at InventHelp.com. InventHelp is the leading invention service company. With offices nationwide, they've been helping inventors since 1984. Inventors received more than 10,000 patents through their patent referral services. Don't wait to get started with your idea. For free information, contact your friends at InventHelp. Go to InventHelp.com or call 1-800-INVENTION. That's InventHelp.com or call 1-800-INVENTION. They help everyday inventors just like you. Additional services include invention websites, prototype models, technical drawings, and more. They keep your idea confidential and explain every step of their invention services. Remember, that's InventHelp.com. InventHelp.com.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance company.
And never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anajar and Levine. Focus on getting better and let us take care of everything else. Our experienced team will get you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-859-3220. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-859-3220. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-859-3220. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. For affordable term life, call 800-859-3220.
Do you struggle with occasional nerve aches in your hands or feet? Try Nervive Nerve Relief from the world's #1 nerve care company. Nervive tablets contain alpha-lipoic acid to relieve nerve aches, weakness, and discomfort, plus B-complex vitamins to support healthy nerve function as you age. Live life with less nerve discomfort with Nervive Nerve Relief. Learn more at nervivehealth.com. And try Nervive Pain Relieving Cream to block nerve pain signals at the source. Use as directed.
When I'm on the move, there's only one move that works for me. So I'm going to Checkers. Slide me that $2.49 chicken bites and fries box. No matter where I go, I'm going to enjoy the crispy, juicy, perfectly seasoned all-white meat chicken bites. Plus a load of Checkers' famous seasoned fries, all for just $2.49. That's right, this box is always coming in clutch. Checkers is boxing up deals like you've never seen before. Whether I'm running on empty or stepping on the gas, I'm taking one for the road with Checkers. Get it delivered now.
Everyone could use a little help with their bills, especially these days. At Duke Energy, we're offering easy ways to help keep your energy bills more manageable. With programs that allow you to pay the same amount each month or pay in installments. Plus, special financial assistance from the Share the Light Fund for those facing hardships. We're Duke Energy, and we're here to help you. Paid for by Duke.
Obviously, this is why YouTube was created. Obviously, at Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Thanks so much for tuning in on this beautiful Tuesday. I am Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
So is Jack.
Hi there.
Ross.
It's true.
Getting ready for the chefs to come in. Deb tells me they are downstairs and ready to roll, so we'll get those guys in here in just a little bit. The Best Of Challenge coming up this Saturday. That's there at Sunset Walk at the Promenade. Starting around noon, and basically what you do is show up, you pay your $20 for your VIP tasting ticket.
Wear your big pants.
And off you go. 10 different sandwiches produced by 10 different vendors there on the Promenade, and it is going to be wonderful. We're about to try 4 of those sandwiches and let you know what we think here in a few minutes. But you get to vote out there as well. Not only do you get to do that, we have 3 listeners that are going to join us, and they're going to cook as well. They're going to make us sandwiches to find out who takes down the listener challenge, which comes with a killer trophy and a night stay at the resort out there.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Pretty darn cool.
Very
Absolutely.
And you can go to JimColbertLive.com. We have a little banner there that tells you exactly how to send over your celebrity impersonation of you making your favorite sandwich. Today is the last day to get registered. We'll choose tomorrow. We'll choose the winners.
Yeah. Cool.
It's going to be a good time. Cannot wait.
Send it early because I think like yesterday I had one that came in at 6:50 and
And it turned out to be a killer.
It's one we heard. There's one that we didn't even get to play.
Oh, yeah, because there's one at the end of the show yesterday. It was Kermit the Frog, right?
Yeah.
It was great.
Very he nailed it.
Yeah, he did nail it.
He had all the subtleties.
We got about
sounded like he had a thing for pigs.
Yeah, we have about 15 to 20 of these entries already, but you can still get in there all day today. Again, just go to jimcorbettlive.com and you can find out exactly how to do it right there. All easy to do.
And really, this is a big risk because the four of us have to eat the sandwich made by the listener.
That's right.
And the decision on which listener has nothing to do with their culinary skill.
Not at all.
Not in the least.
Real good opportunity to weaponize this.
Yeah, don't say that though.
Yeah, I wouldn't advertise that.
You can put anything in the sandwich.
No,
we have to eat it.
No, we do not. No, we do not.
I picked the ingredients list, and you cannot bring your own ingredients. Don't bring your mama's this or your daddy's that. I don't care. You make it with what we give you, and that's it.
Sorry about your pepper jelly.
Yeah, I don't want your special condiments. No, thank you.
I mean, just slide them in.
No.
Secret. Nobody should know.
No.
We watch you, just so you know.
Little secret weapon.
We're sitting right there. Now, look, we're so hammered, we're not going to be able to see. But either way.
Take advantage of us.
We're going to
we'll
enjoy
be vulnerable.
It for sure.
We'll eat anything.
You guys want to run these picks for the Froggers football forecast?
Oh, let's do it.
Froggers football forecast.
And the answer to your question is no, I don't. All right, so here's the deal. My Raiders suck.
Your Raiders do suck.
Josh McDaniel, when you're down by 8 with just over 2 minutes left and you're basically 4th and goal.
Yeah.
Don't kick the field goal.
No.
This whole statistical thing of, well, if we hold them, then we'll get the ball back and we'll have another shot at it, but still need a touchdown to win. Sometimes you just got to say, we're going to take this ball and we're going to run it down your throat, and you're not going to stop us.
I think Deborah and I were the leaders this week on the show.
That is not entirely correct.
I had 11 correct, and I think you also had 11 correct, right?
I was told I had 10.
10?
I believe you had 10 and Ross had 10.
Yeah. What are you talking about? 11.
Oh, I only had 10?
You got 10.
Yeah, only 10. Ross, Deb, and Jim all tied with 10 correct. I had 8.
Okay, very good.
For the season, though, that leaves Jim and Ross tied with 21.
Mm-hmm.
I have 18. Deb is 1 behind with 17.
Not bad. All right, very good. Did you guys, what were your big upsets this week? I picked the Titans over the Browns and got waxed. They're way better than I thought. Their defense is bananas good.
I think we all sunk with the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, man.
But my big mistake, and I don't know if you do this. Do you watch the? You settle down, Deb. Deb gets to laugh like this because it is her team.
But it was a miracle.
But do you watch the NFL pregame shows at noon?
Sometimes. It's depending on where I am and what I'm doing, but occasionally I'll pick up on it.
I watch these blockheads, and by blockhead I mean Howie Long.
You're right. Yeah.
And man, they got me all hyped up for the New Orleans Saints.
Did they make you change your pick?
I switched my pick from Green Bay to New Orleans.
How'd that turn
5 minutes before kickoff. Oh, it was great until the fourth quarter.
Right. Packers win that game 18-17. Like Deb said, it was a miracle.
It was a miracle.
And Derek Carr went down at 17-0, and they bring in Jameson Snow Crab Winston.
Interception Winston?
Yeah. The Jameis. I knew it was going to end poorly.
And apparently this weekend, the Dolphins played basketball.
Oh, my gosh.
Because it was 70-20.
Only the 5th time in NFL history, I believe, that 70 or more points have been scored in a game.
Yeah, we all had that one.
Yeah, first time since the 50s. The Jags got smoked by the Texans.
Yeah, I didn't expect that.
Nobody had that here.
No one.
Another straight-up pick that was tough was the Chargers-Vikings game. I took the Chargers there and wound up winning that one. Which it could have gone either way, really, to be honest with you.
I went with the Vikings.
Patriots-Jets. The Patriots win by 5, but, man, they should have beaten the piss out of the Jets. They did not. Jets lose again. They look terrible.
But we all picked the Patriots on that one, right?
Yeah, I think we all took the Patriots here. Bills-Commanders. I took the Commanders here because I still didn't believe in the Buffalo Bills. Now I do because they killed the Commanders 27-3.
Yeah, I got burned by that one.
Yeah. You have to, in our league, you have to take chances sometimes. Seahawks over the Panthers. I think we all got that right.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody's taking the Panthers, right? Cowboys, Cardinals, everybody loses that one, right?
Everyone lost that one.
Everyone, and not just everyone, like between us four, there are 48 people in the group.
Yeah.
No one went Arizona.
Yeah. Bears, Chiefs, that one was pretty easy. Steelers, Raiders was an interesting game. I took the Steelers there. Jack, did you take your Raiders?
You all took the Steelers. It's fine. Josh McDaniel, come on, man.
There you go. That's week 1.
I had
Put
to
it in
take
the
the
end
Steelers.
zone.
And then last night, the Tampa Bay Bucks lose to the Philadelphia Eagles. That was pretty easy to see, but the other game was a little bit more contentious, but Cincinnati does pull it out. And I did not pick them.
Yeah,
no, I think we all had L.A.
Because it was all Joe Burrow, Willie Woney. Did he play? I assume he played.
He did.
Yeah, he played.
So
he looked terrible.
Now,
they both look bad.
I know the Tampa game was on ABC.
Yes.
Was the second game?
It was on ESPN and ESPN2.
Okay, because
so I could watch both.
I think it was reversed last week where the later game was on ABC. But I was wondering, because we are Florida, did they opt for the Tampa game here?
So the national broadcast game was Tampa.
Yeah.
And the ESPN game was the Cincinnati game. And the cool thing is they split them up because, I think it was on ABC, the other one.
Yeah.
So they're owned by the same company.
I couldn't watch my Packer game. That was on YouTube.
Well, so this year you had the 7 o'clock game and then the later game. Because the Tampa Bay game started at 7.
Yeah, 7:15. Yeah,
that's early for Monday night.
I listened to the kickoff on my way home.
Right.
On the radio because we played it on 969.
So I think what happened is because of the strike, the writer's strike, that ABC wanted to air more of the games because last season they only did a couple of the bigger games that they put on the network because why wouldn't they? They have Dancing with the Stars.
The cool thing is during timeouts and stuff, they would split the screen and show you what was happening in the Cincinnati game.
Yeah.
And then they would go back, and then during halftime, I flipped over. The bad thing about streaming is, I don't know about your televisions, I can't use my back button.
Yeah.
You mean like with cable, you could just go back, and it would go back and forth to the channel that you're watching. So I would go to one game and then something else. So when it went to commercial, I could just hit back and go. But with streaming, you can't do that.
You got to go through the channel.
You got to go through the channels, and there are no numbers per se.
Yeah, there are challenges.
Yeah.
And for one is when you're streaming only, if you don't have a TV package like you don't get ESPN.
You don't get it.
So that's why only the games on ABC I'm able to see on Monday night.
I'm telling you, I know a website. Just get really good at exiting out of ads.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031.
Shout out to Frogger's Grill and Bar, 4 area locations. You can watch all the college and NFL games there. It doesn't matter what TV package you have at home. They have them at Frogger's on 50 large screen TVs, 4 area locations. Find the one near you at Froggers.com.
Got it. 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Back in a sec with What'd You Do That's New.
The audio version of a Live, Laugh, Love wall decoration that's been set on fire. Real Radio 104.1.
Looking at a slow ride on I-4 this afternoon where a crash is currently blocking the left lane westbound on the interstate near the beach line. Another crash causing some delays for drivers on Silver Star near Powers Drive. No delays for those who need to take the beach line itself or the Greenway this afternoon. If you see any problems on the roadways today, make sure you're calling the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Brightline Trains. Ride brighter with high-speed rail to South Florida. Experience premium lounge perks, roomier seats, and onboard meal and drink service with 16 daily departures to South Florida. Adult fares from $79, kids from $39. Book now at GoBrightline.com.
Oh, if tonight is pizza night, you have 2 minutes to be able to order your Wawa pizza. That's right, because Wawa has pizza at most locations, and it's available starting at 4 p.m. each day. And you can order, it's so super easy. You could go into Wawa and go to the kiosk, punch up your order, boom, and you're good to go. Or you can do it from your phone with the Wawa app like I do. That's how I did it last week. Super easy. I just go in, pay for it, and I was out of there. I was in there for less than a minute. It's fantastic. Whether it's sausage, pepperoni, veggie, cheese, they have it at Wawa. Again, check out the Wawa app. Find the Wawa near you and get your pizza tonight. Don't forget, they have dedicated pizza ovens in most Wawa locations. So that's where you go for your pizza and enjoy some pizza tonight from Wawa.
Jeep Adventure Days is going on now. Hurry in for great deals on a great selection of Jeep brand vehicles. Well-qualified returning FCA lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2023 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo 4x2 for $409 a month for 39 months with $2,999 due at signing. Tax, title, license extra. No security deposit required. Call 1-888-925-JEEP for details. Requires dealer contribution and lease through Chrysler Capital. Current lease must end by 9/30/24. Extra charge for miles over 32,500. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 10/2. Jeep is a registered trademark.
Buying a diamond is one of the hardest things a guy can do.
Meet International Diamond Center owner Keith LeClaire.
It's not my job to sell you. My job is to protect you.
And that starts with fair pricing.
We don't play pricing games. We don't mark it up 400% to give you 50% off to make you feel like you got a good deal. We price it straight.
No retail games, no nonsense. Just rock bottom prices on one of the largest selections of certified diamonds in America.
Most stores are going to be able to show you 3, 4, 5, maybe 6, 7. We can show you hundreds and hundreds of diamonds.
International Diamond Center, the only store here owned by a major diamond supplier with worldwide connections and enormous buying power, so you can buy like a dealer buys.
I've done all the hard work to bring the best value, the best quality diamond to you direct, period.
Exquisite diamonds straight from the diamond cutters.
There is no middleman. It's cutter, us, you.
International Diamond Center, 4 Orlando locations, and online at shopidc.com.
Before you ask her, ask us.
90% of us don't brush long enough. Around half don't brush twice a day. And 75% brush with old, worn-out bristles. The Quip electric toothbrush fixes that. It has timed sonic vibrations that aren't like a jackhammer, a nifty cover for brushing on the go, and a wireless design that mounts to mirrors. We also deliver brush heads and supplies from $5. Choose an electric toothbrush accepted by the American Dental Association. Shop Quip from $25 and get your first refill free at getquip.com/star.
The number one cause of accidents is distracted driving, like cell phones, eating, and playing with the radio. So leave it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
You know when you wake up and your mouth feels gross and you just can't wait to brush your teeth to get that clean, fresh feeling again? That's exactly how millions of Navage users feel when they use powered suction to rinse out their noses every day, just like brushing their teeth. Once you're able to breathe deeply without congestion, you never want to be without it. That's why so many people rave about Navage, with over 100,000 online reviews. Feel the Navage difference for yourself. In less than a minute a day, you'll feel immediate relief from seasonal allergies and congestion after the very first use. Navage will also help you sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier, naturally, without drugs. Start breathing clearly again with Navage. Navage is available at Walmart, Walgreens, Target, CVS, Rite Aid, and online at Navage.com. Navage, Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
This is Scott Trout of Cordell & Cordell. There are a lot of great dads out there. Sometimes those dads get divorced. For more than 30 years, we've represented men in divorce, confronting the pitfalls that could devastate your finances or harm your family relationships. While every situation is different, our goal is to get the best outcome for you and your kids. Set up a consultation and take the first step.
Office in Orlando. Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's attorneys. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Scott Trout, licensed in Missouri, Illinois, and Georgia only. Online at CordellCordell.com.
The Chase Ink Business Premier Card is made for people who make things happen, like me. I'm Sam, founder and CEO of Manifest, a product design company that makes everyday products designed smarter. I get 2.5% cash back on purchases of $5,000 or more, plus unlimited 2% cash back on all other purchases, which helps us make more smart ideas into a brilliant reality.
The Ink Business Premier Card. Learn more at chase.com/business premier. Chase for business. Make more of what's yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Account subject to credit approval. Restrictions and limitations apply. Cards are issued by JP Morgan Chase Bank. Any member FDIC.
This hour of Real Radio 104.1, sponsored by FloridaJobsNow.com, coming October 11th.
As America's largest injury law firm, size is our strength. Morgan & Morgan.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind Studios. Why Kaufman & Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyounneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. If you don't know what web goals are, consider yourself lucky. If you feel like helping out, go to JimColbertLive.com and look at stuff.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Thanks so much for tuning in today. We appreciate that greatly, as we do every single day. If you haven't given us a like on all of our social media platforms, please do that.
Do it.
Give us a subscribe on our YouTube channel. You can actually watch us do the show live every day. Going to JimColbertLive.com. I am Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. Let's do What You Do That's New.
What you do that's new. What you do that's new. Hey, if we only knew something new to do, we're relying on you. Tell us something new brought to you by Clausman Law.
That's right. Thanks, Clausman Law. We appreciate that. KLAUSMANlaw.com. Offices right there in Winter Park. 407-917-1718. Car crash. Call Clausman. We'll talk to Glenn on Thursday for Colbert Court. If you're just tuning into the show, if you're new to it, every Tuesday at 4 o'clock, we do a little thing called What You Do That's New. One of the members of the show will choose something for the other members to watch, read, or listen to. We will convene that following Tuesday, review that, and then find out what is up next. Today we go over Jack's Choice, and we'll find out what Ross has to offer in just a few minutes. Jackson?
So this was a first part of a 3-part docuseries on Netflix. It's entitled The Principles of Pleasure, about sex, joy, and the modern science, on a series about the complex world of women's pleasure.
There you go.
And I thought it would be a fantastic learning opportunity for most of the show.
Can I ask you a question?
I know where that was directed.
Can I ask you a question on how you discovered this to offer it?
It was on Netflix. We were scanning Netflix, and you know how on Netflix, if you leave it on, on a selection, it starts playing the little trailer.
Sure, yeah.
So it started that, and ignored it, and we were looking for something, and
it teased you.
Yeah,
which makes sense
back
here.
to it.
Yeah, and so
a trailer's basically foreplay.
Yeah.
There you go. And so that's how we discovered it. I only watched the first episode. We haven't got back to the other two. But to tell you the truth, last week we were halfway through the segment, and I'm like, oh wait, I need to suggest something. So I looked up what did I watch most recently, and this was the thing. So I'm like, haha, take that.
Well,
I have a cat documentary. It's right up your corner, dude. No, I'm kidding.
This may come as no surprise to you guys.
Oh.
But I already knew all of this.
Really?
No.
Retired Johnny Sins over there.
Let me go ahead and just make a quick phone call.
That's the funniest thing I'll say all day.
Yeah, man.
I thought it was going to be more vulva-centric.
I did too.
You really threw us off.
Yeah. I mean, you did get to see a vulva or two. There was a layout of vulvas.
There was about a half dozen.
There was a vulva menu. We found out a little bit about that, but I agree. It wasn't really about, I thought I was going to get some technique action. I thought I was going to be like, okay, well, this is what you got to do to make it really work. But it didn't really go into that. It went into really more of what it was like to own one of those.
Oh, yeah.
Is what exactly it was like. What exactly, and the thing I found the most amazing about it is how little women know about their own genitalia. That's the most amazing thing I learned.
And not only that, because it's, whether it's taboo or just the, society, things. But how much, and I think it's women's health in general, how much of a back burner that takes in society when it comes to research and what the focus is on and what the money's on, whether it's, not the fact that it wasn't fully explored until after the year 2000.
Yeah, 2005 is when it was first mapped for the first time. The entire layout of the pleasure organ, the clitoris going into all the other glands
Holy
that
crap,
support that.
Oh, that blew my mind.
Yeah.
That was what, the takeaway that I heard my wife, muttering the next 2005, they couldn't do anything.
That's the issue, because if you remember toward the end of the documentary, one of the doctors they were talking to was discussing, her attempt at getting research started in this.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the scientists she spoke to, his only words were, God, I can't imagine my daughter doing that.
Right.
And so she made a very good point, and that's why still in 2023 we're still having these discussions, because the truth of the matter is, as long as men own science, they're going to own what science studies. And this just isn't of enough interest, because let's be honest, It's not your orgasm. Your orgasm is probably some of the simplest ever to be had on the planet. There isn't a lot of work or thought or technique. I mean, it's pretty easy.
How dare you be true?
So the thought of a scientist with a wife and a daughter, and and when that gets in the way of it, it's never going to get studied further.
One thing that this has helped, have this little discussion. I've never done much of this, but I'm kind of jealous of toys. I want to get into the toy game.
Oh man, let me tell you.
They talked about the toy game.
Oh, what they didn't talk about was the glory of being a multi-orgasmic creature.
Oh, yeah.
You're not one and done.
A little bit. They did touch on that a little bit because they said the female orgasm, if it's a proper orgasm, has anywhere from 8 to 12 contractions. So that would be the equal to a male.
Yeah.
Magnifying glass.
Yeah.
It's like a hyperbolic chamber, different gravity.
They did choose an interesting group of women to use for this.
Well, I think they tried to represent all different types of women.
Yeah. Did they?
Yeah, the non-binary.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They had everyone. Represented.
Why? Which female was your issue?
It wasn't a particular female that was my issue. It just seemed like it just didn't seem like the choice of women was very diverse.
Really?
Did you not get that?
No, I felt the complete opposite. In fact, there were a few moments where the special, by the way, Jack.
Yes.
Loved it.
Thank you, because last week I thought
I'm on the wall.
Yeah, no, we couldn't tell.
I'm on the wall. On
you
this
were
one.
there. You know where to go get your vulva. I don't know what you're complaining about.
Last week Deb was like, "Oh man, I thought Deb would okay, finally these knuckleheads can learn something." But you seemed last week that you were not interested.
No, because this is the frustration. The frustration is that we keep talking about learning about it. When are y'all going to learn about it?
Yeah.
When is it going to matter as much as your own?
Well, I mean,
here's the best analogy.
I have one woman to worry about, and I worry about it.
And that's good. That's a great thing. But there are a lot of women like that was such an awesome analogy of the 7-course meal versus the 2 stale saltine crackers from 2012.
Gotcha.
When only one person is getting a 7-course meal.
Right. Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah.
And that is a real disparity. And for you guys, it's considered almost physically, it's a necessity, right? You guys always say that that's a part of a man's everyday.
Which is what? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what we say.
Sex or penis. I don't know what we're getting
masturbation.
at. Oh, yeah.
Orgasm.
Not every day.
Yeah.
No, but in that sense, it's considered an essential part of your day.
Yes, 100%. Yeah.
How about for your wives?
Oh, I don't know.
I hope so.
I mean, look, I know I'm not around for one every day. That's for sure. I mean, we don't have sex every day. I don't know about you guys.
No, I was talking about her orgasm, not having sex.
Well, yeah. We honestly, we do not talk about that. We don't have conversations about whether she did that for herself and what it wound up as or in. We don't really, and we don't talk about me either.
Well, but that's the fascinating, and the other thing that blew my mind with this show was of all the women that they spoke to, the least I expected to be aware of and in control of and explore her sexuality was the young Muslim woman.
Oh, yeah.
She was the last one wearing the hijab that I expected to talk about having a toy and, believing it's important to explore your own body before you try to introduce it to who's going to be your partner for life.
Yeah.
Hard to do when you don't know the map yourself.
Right.
So, Deb, you said something that I'm over here thinking is like, man, should I feel guilty about this?
Don't feel guilty about it.
Because I barely know anything about my own genitalia, and I think I know equal amounts, which is about 5 to 7%. I don't even know the names of stuff. I'm good with the shapes.
Right.
I understand simple shapes.
Right.
That's usually about as far as my education should go. But are you saying that I should know more about female anatomy than my own just because female anatomy is traditionally, I think on paper, said to be more complex?
No, definitely not. I think supporting your partner as she does, or kind of understanding. And the other thing I found this fascinating was all the cultural and religious. I don't know if you guys remember the stories, but I remember hearing this was like back in the 90s, early 2000s, specifically Asian students who would come here to study overseas would actually have a surgery to have their hymens repaired so that when they went back home.
Oh, wow. Well, they broke that myth that's even.
Well, no. They broke the myth here. That myth
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah,
permeates
of course.
everything.
Yeah, culture's everywhere for sure.
Yeah,
You're either a Mary Magdalene or Mother Mary, right? You're either the whore or the saint.
The TI clause. I believe that's what it's called internationally.
Is it really? Okay,
Yeah,
I did not know that.
Yeah, TI said something like that.
It was very interesting.
It seems like
that one
more
gruff,
than he did.
That one gruff woman from New York.
I loved her. Reminds me of someone we work with.
Wow, man, that gruff woman from New York was very interesting. Hear her talk about sexuality. I was like, okay, well, it's like hearing a bear talk about the opera. It was just odd to me. She was just very gruff.
I'll say this, though. I'll be, I don't want to go into too much detail because it's not just my relationship. It's me. It's my wife and I's relationship. But after I watched that, I just, had to, confirm, hey, you're getting there, right? I just...
And right there, that makes it all a win.
It does.
Communication.
And her first response was, "Why are you asking me this?"
Yeah, right.
Well, so she didn't watch it with you.
She did not watch it with me.
I think
that's funny.
The most important thing said in this entire thing was the very last thing said, which they said was the most important sexual organ for everybody is
your brain.
Your brain. Like, it's how you process what makes you get there, what makes you hot, what sights, what touches, and basically that is really the most important thing sexually that you can really express is who you are really and what really makes you happy sexually.
I was just surprised, though, that a whole new young generation of women, post-vagina monologues, hearing those young women talk about, well, I know there's a, right? Or
yeah, that's so wild. They did not know. It was crazy.
The one girl who said, well, if you explain it to me, I'll know.
Right.
If you wanted me to try to give the Latin names of what I have down there, I'm gonna fail. I'm gonna call that one the left one. I'm gonna call that one the right one.
Right.
I don't know. Gonads?
I've looked everywhere in Grey's Anatomy in twig and berries.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem to come up. I've typed it into the search thing 100 times. They must think I'm the biggest weirdo.
Try wedding tackle.
Okay.
Meat and two veg. Tried meat and two veg.
All right. Good job. It's called
Jack.
I know. Called Pleasure Principle.
Yeah.
And it's all about the vulva.
The first one.
And it's a little there are a couple parts that are graphic, so if you're watching it with your kids, you want to make sure that you understand what's happening.
So real quick, of the episodes, that first one that we watched was our bodies, and then the second one is about our minds, and the last one is our relationships.
And I like Dirty Lola, too. You're going to want to check out Dirty Lola. Yeah, she's the one with the toys that Ross wants to...
The entire desk full.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
I had a... Oh, wait, no, I don't want to go down that list.
I don't want... Yeah. It's, too TMI because, it's not just me in the relationship, but I'm curious. I'm curious about some toys. Let's find out what happens.
And
I don't know.
What'd you do that's new? If you're ever curious about the show we're talking about, hey, what was the name? It's on our website.
Always.
JimColbertLive.com. You click on What'd You Do That's New Master List, and the at the top will be the most recent one we discussed.
How well do you know if you like or do not like Greece if you've never been there?
You're 100% right.
I'm going to Santorini this weekend, guys.
That was an odd country to use, but I understand. All right, let's take a little break back, and we'll find out what Ross has for us next week.
Buzz.
What you do that's new, brought to you by Glenn Klossman, KLAUSMANLAW.com. Proudly sponsored since day one by Glenn Klossman, KlossmanLaw.com.
Bye.
From the Klossman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Klossman Law. KlossmanLaw.com.
Looking at a slow ride on I-4 this afternoon where a crash is currently blocking the left lane westbound on the interstate near the beach line. Another crash causing some delays for drivers on Silver Star near Powers Drive. No delays for those who need to take the beach line itself or the Greenway this afternoon. If you see any problems on the roadways today, make sure you're calling the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Macy's Backstage. What will you find at Macy's Backstage? Here's a hint. Fall finds for $25 and under, like sharp blazers, cozy sweaters, cargo pants, jackets, and more. Find the latest trends and new arrivals at a Macy's Backstage store near you.
Guys, here in Central Florida, it is vital that you have an AC company that works hard for you. They do it with honesty and integrity. That's why I chose Mills Air years ago, actually, and I would never change. They're awesome people. Leon Mills, who runs his company and started this company years ago with just one van and him. Now it's 60-plus vans and a team of people ready to help you whenever your AC gives you trouble. And they've been doing it for 30-plus years, so let them use that experience to make sure your AC never quits on you in Florida. And you guys know as well as I do, it doesn't really matter what time of the year it is. You need your AC to work here in Central Florida. Their techs are great people. They know this stuff inside and out. You don't even have to know what kind of AC you have. But if you do need a brand new unit, their Carrier factory authorized dealers, that could get you up to $1,275 in rebates towards that brand new unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier and certainly turn to the experts at Mills Air. These guys are family owned and operated, and that's exactly how it feels when you do business with them. Like a part of the family's coming over to help you out. Call today, schedule that appointment, 407-277-1159. Online, millsair.com.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Tools Ace Hardware.
Deciding where to bank is no small task. It's a matter of trust, confidence, and benefits. The more the merrier. At Addition Financial Credit Union, we're all about more. More challenges overcome, more financial knowledge gained, more empowering you to reach your long-term financial goals. That's because we're more than just a bank. We're your financial partner, and we'll be with you every step of the way. Count us in at additionfi.com. That's additionfi.com. Federally insured by NCUA.
O'Reilly Auto Parts' new Brake Best Select Pro brand raises the bar for the best aftermarket domestic brake pads and rotors available. For vehicle-specific friction formulations, QuietTech noise-canceling shims, and stainless steel hardware, choose Brake Best Select Pro. Professional-grade brakes from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Ow. Okay, it's all right. Let's just start over. And one, and oh.
Ballroom dancing is a lot like saving for retirement.
Okay, class. Switch up partners.
Oh, thank goodness.
It's way easier with someone who knows the right moves. With Fairwinds Credit Union as your dance partner, you can glide into financial freedom by saving more and planning for your future. Visit fairwinds.org/together and become a member today. Fairwinds. Financial freedom happens here. Federally insured by NCUA.
You know that expression, the grass is always greener on the other side? Well, with Massey Services, it's literally true. Why? Because Massey does what the others don't. Every lawn is unique. So Massey starts with a detailed analysis and then builds a customized plan to prevent and control weeds, diseases, and harmful pests. Then they aerate to ensure water and nutrients reach the roots of your lawn. That's the Massey difference. Expect more and get it.
It's Ice Spice season, and what are you waiting for? Dunkin' is entering the charts with a new hit, the Ice Spice Munchkins drink. This is the drink that everyone's been waiting for. Frozen coffee blended with pumpkins munchkins, plus caramel drizzle, whipped cream, and more caramel drizzle on top. Yes, please. Pop into your local Dunkin' or order on the app today. So it's time to get a head start on the Ice Spice season with the Ice Spice Munchkins drink. America runs on munchkins? Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer. Terms apply.
Today's Central Florida job market is more competitive than ever, but don't be discouraged. Attend the Florida Jobs Now Job Fair Wednesday, October 11th, noon to 4 p.m. at the Orlando Science Center, and connect with over 70 recruiters right here in Central Florida, some even offering on-the-spot interviews. Your next career is right in front of you. Join us at the Florida Jobs Now Job Fair Wednesday, October 11th, noon to 4 p.m. at the Orlando Science Center, located at 777 East Princeton Street in Orlando. Get more info at floridajobsnow.com.
It's game day at Jim's house, and the spread is impressive.
Mike's already done some damage with the hot wings, and now he's dropping back and going deep for another slice of pizza.
I sure hope he brought the Pepto.
Mike knows the Pepto-Bismol provides fast 5-symptom relief from unexpected stomach upsets. He's no rookie.
The way he's throwing back those nachos, he's the GOAT.
Be ready for game day with Pepto-Bismol.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
When you shop here, you win here. Score the Win Drive at Sutherland Nissan Orlando. Buy now and make no payments for 6 months. Get 0% APR financing on the best team of Nissans anywhere. Sutherland Nissan Orlando. OrlandoNissan.com. Home of the lifetime warranty. See dealer for details.
Just call Mo. Just call Mo. Just call Mo. Just call Mo.
Mo DeWitt, Office, Orlando. Sung by a non-attorney spokesperson.
This hour of programming brought to you in part by FAS Windows and Doors.
There's only one place to watch this nonsense. At Jim Colbert Show on
Man, great song. As a douchebag, that's a great song. Right, 407. I hate that. I hate having that weird artist integrity thing where I love the artist. I'm like, God, this guy was such a good songwriter. And you're like, this guy was a raging douchebag.
That's how I feel about R. Kelly.
Yeah, same here.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah, again.
Mel Gibson.
A lot of them, that create really cool stuff, but as people, they are failures. Oh,
Bill
God.
Cosby.
Oh, man.
I can't have a pudding pop no more.
That's right. OJ?
There's no room for pudding anymore.
407.
You can have one, just you have to be asleep.
Yeah. Russell Brand? I mean, not ever.
Oh, yeah. They just opened a new investigation they announced today.
Yeah, I never really looked up to Russell Brand. He was never anybody I looked at and went, oh, yeah, I really want to follow this guy's career arc.
Props to him for getting one role, dominating that one role, and for getting Sarah Marshall and just spun a career out of that. At least that's how he got famous out in the West. He was pretty well known over in England for a while before that.
Yeah, and as a stand-up, I think he did really well here in the States, did he not?
Yeah.
All right, 407-916-1041. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. All right, Ross, let's have it. What do you have for us for what'd you do that's new next week?
Sometimes you go into this. This is a cool thing that we do. We get to suggest what everybody else on the show needs to watch for the job itself. Sometimes I like to, give some ones out that are just for me. And I know you guys probably won't like it, and it's just something that I really appreciate. But you still want it's something that I did that was new.
Yeah, but this is for the audiences as well. I mean, we had a couple people responding with us on the texting service about them already watching it.
So I am here to tell you that this will be the smoothest, easiest what'd you do that's new from me in ever. Because it is too fun. It's too entertaining. I found this YouTube video late last night. I don't even know how I got into drumming YouTube algorithms, but here I am learning how to paradiddle and flam and whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even know if I said some of those words right.
Paradiddle's right.
But I think I made up flam. I think flam is a thing. Texting service about to check me out. But
I think it's a Hispanic dessert.
I go ahead, Flan.
Damn it.
Drummio is this YouTube channel that I guess has been going at it for years.
About chicken wings?
Yeah, about drumming.
Oh.
So what they do, they have this series, and I have to say this is one of the coolest gimmicks and shticks I've ever seen a YouTube video have. You are going to be watching Chad Smith, the drummer of Red Hot Chili Peppers, listening to 30 Seconds to Mars for the first time.
I just saw this video today.
It went viral. It's like 8 days old. They do this cool series. They had the Megadeth drummer doing Killers, Mr. Brightside. But, Deb, here's the coolest thing. They'll play this song for these legendary drummers, and they'll take out the drumming in the track. So all they hear are the vocals and guitar in their headphones.
And bass, that's important.
And all these legendary drummers are hearing the track without any drums, and then they themselves put the drums live, one take, one shot, on them hearing the song. In this instance, which was crazy to hear and find out that Chad Smith, the drummer of Red Hot Chili Peppers, had never heard the famous song from 30 Seconds to Mars.
Do you have that song, Jack?
So he hears it for the first time, and now he's playing drums over it for the first time, and he absolutely destroys it. And it's such a cool series. It's something that got me really amped up of going, man, what a great idea. And shout out to all the legendary drummers that are kind of putting their mouth, putting, their money where their mouth is. They're going out on the internet going, I'm this good. Just play me the vocals and I'll figure it out.
There's a very famous African-American drummer. I cannot remember his name, but he was the first one I saw do this. and they played him something that was supposed to be really super complicated. He listened to it for just a few minutes and then replicated it perfectly. This is different than what he did, but it's kind of similar, but very cool, by the way. It's great to hear these guys and watch these guys do this.
Beyond cool.
So this is the real version that he's going to hear for the first time without the drums, and then we'll add the drums. But that's what we'll listen to and watch in the video and then discuss next week.
And then it gets cooler. You're probably like, oh man, I wish that they could put like his new drumming over the old drumming. They do that at the end of the video.
Oh, do they really?
They compare the two to see who's,
was the closest to the original?
Well, sometimes it's very close. Sometimes it's a whole different song because it's a whole different drummer who doesn't know the original drumming.
Wow.
So this version, this video, Chad Smith, Red Hot Chili Pepper drummer, goes ahead, lays an entire new set of drums to this song, changes it. At times, he's surprised with how close he was. I thought when it comes to internet content, this is creme de la creme, top 1% of YouTube content.
Well, it's no Mongolian throat singing, but
that is true.
It's no snow raven.
It's no mouth harp, but okay.
Yeah, I'm dying to see this. This is very
This would
cool.
be cool.
And here's the thing, it'll lead you on that YouTube wormhole thing where you wind up finding more and more of this stuff too.
Those videos, like I love those videos where they'll take like young African American kids and then play them Fleetwood Mac.
Oh, the reaction videos.
I love those.
Yeah.
I love those videos.
But with this one with Chad Smith, if you take your glasses off when watching it, you'll swear it's Will
Ferrell.
Thank you.
He looks exactly like Will Ferrell.
Yeah, they did.
Does he really?
They did a drum. They did a drum off bit on SNL.
Tonight Show.
Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. Yeah, and they dress the same, and it's like they're brothers, right?
And one thing that I kind of got into this YouTube wormhole was because I wanted to know more about like legendary drummers. You hear, at least me personally, I hear a lot about guitar players. I know a handful of drummers by the first name.
Yeah.
And then also when I got into this video, I went into a Chad Smith wormhole. Dude's a living legend.
Yeah.
I mean, really, really talented.
Played in a number of groups, not just Chili Peppers.
He's been at it for a while, and I cannot express it enough. You're about to be blown away by how talented not just drummers are, but how much Chad Smith is. Because my jaw was on the floor hearing. First of all, it's crazy that he had never heard of the song. It's their biggest song from 30 Seconds to Mars, and he even has a moment of like, I'm embarrassed, I don't know the song. It's wild.
Yeah, I think he listens to a lot of jazz, though. I think a lot of those drummers get into jazz because it's so complicated after playing rock beats for so long, which really aren't that complicated unless you're, playing in a band like Tool or Rush or, one of these bands like even Dream Theater back in the day. They were, I think, I forget the guy's name. Maybe Bozio, God,
what was it?
God Almighty! Not the Psychedelic Furs. Who do you hear me? That's that band.
Bozio, Missing Persons?
Missing Persons, right. Is also known as a great drummer, but there are a lot of them through the years. Terry Bozzio.
But do you get a better drummer than, Rush is...
Neil Peart.
Yeah, he was one of my favorite drummers of all time.
Danny Carey from Tool is up there. A lot of guys.
But Neil, some of those songs, the drum work can make your hair stand up on end.
I'll tell you the crazy drum stuff is when you find out that a lot of people who are like maybe lead singers of bands were actually the drummers at one point. Like, did you guys know that Karen Carpenter was an incredible percussionist?
No way.
Matter of fact, that's what she was. She was a drummer by trade, and if I remember right, in the 60s, because the Carpenters did yacht rock or, like love rock. I don't even know what the hell you called it.
Sibling rock.
Right.
just like the Osmonds.
A lot of people had no idea that she played drums. And then some of those big, heavy 60s rock guys were like, yeah, nobody knows this, but Karen Carpenter is a monster on drums. And there's video of her singing and playing at the same time. And she is a beast.
Never knew that.
And just looking at the internet's response, this video is making every professional, every amateur musician just lose their mind going, how did he do that?
Right.
And it's an outstanding video. It goes down smooth. It's like 8.5, 9 minutes.
Sweet.
I've watched it twice. I watched it back to back.
Very good.
I don't do that with many YouTube videos, but oh, man. I always wanted to be a drummer. My mom bought a drum set when I was a kid, and I can drum. I can keep a beat, but
it's the hardest instrument to play, I believe.
Oh God!
I think it is I think it's considered the hardest one to play.
Really?
Yeah, I think drums. I think playing well.
You going every instrument?
I think it's hard. I think it's considered what would be harder. I don't think guitar's not harder. I learned guitar and I'm a dummy.
I would say I know French horn is looked at as one of the more difficult instruments. Violin that has no frets.
The thing is you're right, but it doesn't require you to move 4 different limbs
independently.
Independently,
that's the part of drumming
that.
That's the part of drumming I've always wondered. Like, I don't know if I could be because it's literally like the tapping your head and rubbing your belly.
Yeah,
but
nope.
All 4 limbs at the same time.
Well, I mean, you're playing the kick drum with one, the hi hat with the other, the snare with one, and then you have to kind of come off of that to do your paradiddles. And do your tom rolls and stuff.
Right, left, left, right, left. I can drum a little bit. Yeah. I'll be honest with you, with the little music experience that I have, drumming was the easiest for me.
Wow.
Because I guess what? 6'2", very Caucasian, even a quarter ginge, but your boy's got rhythm.
Yeah, you do have rhythm.
I can cut a rug. I got some rhythm. We can boots and cats on beat.
Can you do the hi hat, the kick drum, and then the snare?
Like, I can get all 4 parts going.
You can do that?
I can get all 4 parts going, especially with the hi-hat, but if you're asking for double bass, I'm out. I can only do like 2 or 3 continuous beats, but if you ask me to hit a horn, no chance. Yeah, because that's a whole different level of technique.
You know, I've been part of a couple of musical things. You know, the Monsters had that band for years, and it was fun because for people who do not know, Daniel Dennis from Tom and Dan is one of the most talented people you will ever meet in your life. I mean, not only can he do what he does there, but he also plays drums at a really high level. He can play bass. He can play guitar. He's just a really talented guy. And we would be rehearsing for the Monster songs. I would watch him do his thing, and it was effortless for him, like completely effortless. And it was just really amazing to watch how good that he got at it, and just understanding where everything was going to be, and he could put in the fills and do all this stuff, and it was always amazing. And I would be over there killing myself to learn the 5 chords it took to get those wrong on stage every night, which is what I did. But I've always been more impressed with drummers than guitar players, because playing guitar, you understand that there's only so much you can do. You can kind of learn that with drums because everything's moving at separate. Makes it that much more confusing to me.
So I was on to something. I feel really good about this. I looked up, quickly Googled, what are the 10 hardest instruments to play? Number 2, violin. Number 1, French horn.
Is it
Let's
really?
ride.
Oh, wow.
But that's also only just one thing. I just know that...
Where does drums come in on there? I'm interested.
They're infamous. I've always thought drums are notorious for being kind of looked at as the ease. Like, when you say ease, you're talking about how many people can do it.
Well, I mean,
right?
I guess you can hit a kick drum and hit a snare, but I'm talking about playing it efficiently, where you're actually playing it. Does it not appear on the top 10?
It is not.
Wow, what are the top 10? I'm interested.
Yeah, what's number 3?
All right, so,
we have French horn.
Nickel harpa?
Okay, no thank you.
Oh, the nickel harpa.
Yeah, everybody's got one of those. No question, that should be ahead of drums.
Got 2.
And I've also, this is going to be interesting here, number 9, piano.
Yeah.
Piano, I guess.
I would be. Again, you're doing 2 separate things. You're playing the bass line.
But
and then
not just that, but the argument for a piano is that it's like this infinite, it hits every chord. It has every octave, right? Doesn't it?
Yeah,
aren't the possibilities of a piano and a guitar are looked at as the 2 highest?
Yeah, I mean, you got the same notes, but they're in different keys. That's for sure.
Accordion coming in at 8.
Yeah, I can see accordion being very difficult.
Harp coming in at 7.
I thought a harp would be difficult.
I'm talking about regular instruments.
Yeah, well,
okay.
Come on, man.
Thank you, Jimmy.
How many strings how many strings can a harp get up to?
32.
78.
47.
There you
Nailed
go.
it.
There are up to 47 strings on certain harps.
There you go.
And it's very hard to get your hands in those right positions.
Yeah, what are the...
Number 6, God, this one's right on the money. Bagpipes.
Yeah, wow.
Oh,
really?
yeah.
Yeah.
That one's tough, man.
Yeah.
You got a third lung, you're inhaling, you're exhaling, and it's not making noise at your breath. You're just filling up a tank. That's not easy. The oboe.
Oboe?
Another intricate woodwind instrument.
Oh, no. They said the woodwind.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
I wonder if it needs a reed like a clarinet.
Oh, yeah, it does. I mean, it does.
Yeah.
Oboe's
absolutely.
It's a perpetual crossword puzzle clue, by the way.
The organ coming in at number 4.
Yeah, I don't know how could the organ and the piano be different?
Because of all the foot pedals of the organ.
Oh, yeah. It's multi-layered.
Yeah, different keyboards.
Yeah, so the photo that they're showing is 2 keyboards, one keyboard on top of another one.
Got it.
Is my instrument on there that I played clarinet?
No, but the bassoon is number 3.
Wow.
Bassoon's double reeds are distinct and the same reed must be changed over time.
Yeah.
And then number 2, God, that feels good. Number 2, violin. Number 1, French horn.
Now, do you have a list of instruments that everybody really likes to hear played?
Oh, yeah.
407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Real radio is Real Music Weekends. Real Music Weekends. This weekend on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by attorney Mo DeWitt. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
From the Rude Air Conditioning Weather Center, powered locally by Ferguson HVAC.
Hi there, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast, and it's a stormy one. In fact, just about every day this week will feature a likely chance for rain during the afternoon, including overnight tonight, where it looks like the rain could linger till well after midnight. And then tomorrow morning, just some cloudy skies, a couple of showers around, maybe some breaks of sunshine. We're going to wake up to 72 tomorrow and top off at 85, but there's a 70% chance for thunderstorms in the afternoon and an 80% chance in the afternoon on Thursday. For the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Fall into a hiring spree with Indeed. Their end-to-end hiring solution makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates. Sponsor a job and instantly receive a short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here from my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. Let's start thinking about our long-term health care a little differently. For years, we watch friends, family, maybe even ourselves wait for that health scare before we really start paying attention to our bodies. But it is a new dawn. With Life Imaging FLA, you can now get a much better picture of how you're actually doing. My experience with these guys has been amazing. That free heart scan has been a game changer. My scan showed issues I never would have known about. When it comes to your body, there's nothing in the world like knowing. And now I can attack those issues head on. You can too with Life Imaging FLA. No more secrets, no more mysteries. Don't wait. Do what I did. Call Life Imaging FLA right now. Get that free heart scan. Just a few minimum requirements. It is a $699 value, and it is a game changer. While you're there, be sure to ask about their cancer screening as well. And it couldn't be easier to get your appointment. Just pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, and say the keyword free heart scan. That is it, pound 250. See the keyword free heart scan. You will be connected in seconds. Make that call today and take control of your long-term health care. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
Baby boomers and retirees, do you know the retirement tax risk road you are traveling? Congress has changed from incentivizing Americans to save for their retirement future to penalizing Americans who have successfully saved. Protect yourself from the proposed wave of higher taxes coming out of Washington. The Biden administration's spend and tax schemes are only going to add more taxes to our retirement. Imagine how you can remove yourself from the retirement tax system. Learn in under 30 seconds your retirement tax exposure. Visit retirementtaxcalculator.com. Retirementtaxcalculator.com.
Central Florida. Stop paying 2 water bills with a whole home of amazing water from Pure Water Changes. If you're paying your bill at home and then for bottled water, you're paying twice. Pure Water Changes can install a complete system for your entire home for the cost of your bottled water each month with 0 down plus easy financing. Right now, have a complimentary water inspection and a free no-obligation quote. Good for a year, and you'll receive a $100 gift card for participating, plus free cleaning supplies for 3 years with no chemicals. Call Pure Water Changes at 407-MY-WATER.
Your dentist recommends flossing your teeth once a day, but 70% of us ignore this advice because traditional flossing can be, well, a hassle. But Quip's rechargeable water flosser turns you into a flossing fanatic. With gentle and deep clean pressure modes, the Quip water flosser delivers feel-good flossing, and its clutter-free design includes a long-lasting charge and a 360-degree floss tip for hard-to-reach spots. Right now, get your first floss tip refill free at getquip.com/radio. That's getquip.com/radio.
It's one thing to suffer from allergies as an adult, but it's really tough on kids running around with sniffles or stuffy nose during recess or practice. Not to mention, it's hard to concentrate in school when you're not feeling well, and then you feel bad because you forgot to give them their allergy meds before they left. All of that can be a thing of the past thanks to Aspire Allergy and Sinus. They've helped thousands, including children, with their kid-friendly allergy testing and pain-free allergy drops. Schedule your appointment today while the kids are out of school. Go to aspireallergy.com. That's aspireallergy.com.
Considering buying a lab-grown diamond versus a natural diamond? IDC owner Keith LeClaire says, be careful. These machine-made diamonds are being mass-produced, and the value appears to be dropping fast.
If they can create 130 carats per machine per day, and you've got 5,000 people that are growing at that level, do you know how much is already stockpiled? You're talking about millions of carats. Now you're talking about a product that was $5,000 just 3 years ago is now down to almost zero.
So when trying to choose between a natural diamond and a lab-grown diamond, proceed with caution.
Why would you put your money in something that devalues faster than food you eat?
Before you propose, come to International Diamond Center and get the facts about diamonds from our non-commissioned experts. Learn how diamonds are priced and graded on the world market, and educate yourself on the latest trend of lab-grown diamonds.
I want people to know that IDC is about protecting them.
International Diamond Center, 4 Orlando locations, and always at shopidc.com.
Hear the latest news from the headlines on your phone. Download the free iHeartRadio app for exclusive live coverage of breaking news. From what's happening where you live to what's happening across the country. Live from the center of the story. Listen for free, anywhere, anytime. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with things I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of the disease called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, straight lines seem wavy, like when looking at a door frame. For others, blurry or missing spots can make it hard to read or see loved ones' faces. Many have trouble seeing in low light, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. Talk to your eye doctor about GA today. Learn more at GAWon'tWait.com. That's GAWon'tWait.com.
After an accident, it's important to hire an attorney right away. Evidence can disappear quickly. Sure, you could wait to hire an attorney later and see how things turn out, but delays never make a case better. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. JustCallMo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
This hour of Real Radio 104.1, sponsored by FloridaJobsNow.com, coming October 11th.
Are you offended yet? Obviously, we're only kidding. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Well, I mean, to say that we're excited is a gross understatement for what we have coming up Saturday. Our annual Best of Challenge out at the Sunset Walk, the promenade there. And all the chefs are in the house. They're making their wares as we speak.
It smells so good.
And I'm telling you straight up, Anthony's Coal Fire Pizza is here. And they are making a garlic knot slider with a giant fat meatball right in the middle of it. And I'm telling you straight up, I am going to eat that on the air, and it's not going to be professional.
Can't we just throw in a little best of segment? Right?
Yeah,
like a short one?
Oh, man.
You got it prepped. We're ready to go.
I love how much these guys and girls who run these restaurants at the promenade down at Sunset Walk, how much they get into these contests. They really take a lot of pride, and they really want to make something unique and tasty for you guys when you come out. Now, I'm telling you straight up. I mean, there is no question. You know, and being around food people and in the food business with Primetime Kitchen for a little while, that I've experienced a lot of festival like food events where you pay a certain amount of money.
Yeah.
You come in and you have a food experience, right? I have been to minimum 50, 100 of these things over my career.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know one that I can think in memory that has a better deal for the money than this event we have on Saturday. For $20, you're getting 10 sandwiches.
Yeah, no, there's no question. There's no question.
$2. $2 a sandwich.
Yeah.
And I mean, it is, and they're all amazing. You get plenty of protein, plenty of different flavors, plenty of different looks.
And I think there's this like internal battle, like, because you figure you take a regular sandwich, you could cut it up into quarters, and they do it that way. But it's like they keep wanting to one up another restaurant.
Yeah.
So they keep making them a little bigger and a little bigger.
I'm telling you, I think if I paid my $20 and I ate just what they brought today, which is just 4 of the 6, I don't know that I could eat anymore.
You know what?
Did you see the size of the slider already?
That's why. Yeah.
You know what pisses me off is you go out to a restaurant, you order a cheeseburger, fries, maybe a soda, maybe just a water with a lemon. How much?
You know, it's like $10, $12.
I would say it's about
17.
Yeah, it's about 17 at a tip,
Yes.
$20.
Yep. Yeah.
That's go out to a restaurant, Jim, order a cheeseburger. You let me know if you find a $12 with tip.
Oh, really?
The burgers are 15 and up now.
Yeah, you're right, I guess. I mean, when you even just go get a good pastrami sandwich at a deli.
Hey, I'm
it's
sorry,
like,
Rockefeller. Do you look at
it's like
prices?
15
Do you look at the right side of the menu?
Well, he's an espresso drinker. Of
Do you know
course
what
he
those
doesn't.
numbers mean?
I swipe the card and I go. You know that. I just swipe the card and the card says I can eat.
You know why? Because I know your wife is the one who's balancing the checks in the account.
How much is a box of Cheerios?
Oh, that's close to $10 now.
No, it's not $10.
Well, it's got to be between $6.99 and.
Okay, you remember shrinkflation? What's the size?
I would say, if I was going to guess, I would say anywhere from $6.50 to like $7.50 for a box of Cheerios.
Is that family size or is that regular?
That's regular old Dodo
right.
4-bowl size.
All right. Get my Aldi cereal, $3. Let's go.
It's cheery lower quesos.
Yeah.
Cheery eyes. They're eyes, not O's.
Anthony's Coal Fire's here. Rock and Brews is here. We have a Rock and Brews in Oviedo. We love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Cowboy Chicken, which I've never had, and they're bringing a sandwich, and I see what it is, and it sounds amazing. And then Yeoman's Top Golf Swing Suite is here as well. They're opening up this fall, just in October. In a few weeks, they're going to open up. But they brought their sandwich in as well. And I can't wait to try each one of these because they each are different. It's so awesome. This is one of the many reasons. Every time it's a day or two out, I started getting really fired up about this because not only is that, it's a great spot. Like where it is awesome, and the entire facility is great.
Do you guys ever hear like an entree, like example, this garlic knot meatball slider?
Oh.
Whenever you hear something like that, I'm like, why isn't that everywhere?
Exactly.
I know.
Why hasn't that caught on? Why hasn't that gone viral?
And the meatballs are like the size of racquetballs, and then they stick it in this little slider.
Yeah, sometimes you hear a food dish and you're like, man, that sounds like a movement waiting to happen.
I cannot wait to try this Cowboy Chicken, this Laredo chicken sandwich that they have. I mean, look at that thing. Look what's on that. That looks great. And then the Brie Castle sandwich from the guys at Yeoman's, dying to try that as well. Don't know about any of these things. I just walked in there and saw them making them, and they looked amazing.
So I'm a little confused because we're going to go to break in a couple minutes. Then we're going to run out there, and we're going to take a bite of a sandwich, right?
Scarf.
There's 4 sandwiches. I mean, at best, you could try 2 this break, and then what? 2 the next break?
I will have a bite from each of them. I will not be able to eat an entire sandwich. So if they cut it up into...
Hey, your boy's here. I got it.
Yeah, straight to the hips.
Yeah, straight to the hips. 1 minute on the lips, straight, and a month on the hips.
Yep.
Or longer.
Bumper sticker.
Yeah.
Hashtag bumper sticker.
Get your tickets at sunsetwalk.com. If you get them early, it just makes it easier. They come right to you. You got them when you walk in. You can walk up. The only problem with walking up on Saturday is every one of these. This is the 5th one. Every single one. The dessert challenge, the burger challenge, the specialty challenge, or the signature dish challenge. They all sold out. Every single one of them sells out. So we try to tell people in advance. We hype this up for sure. We want you to come out, no question. But if you do want to do the tasting thing, I just don't want you to get left out because it did happen every single year. Last year was the worst. It was the worst year. People showed up for the signature dish one, and they thought they were going to be able to slide in. They didn't get their tickets, and they got left out. They were standing out there at the gate. Well, they weren't because they can come in, but they couldn't get the tasting ticket.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the garlic knot. I want to find out what the brie tower is all about.
Yeah, I'm down for that too because I love brie.
I love brie. Brie is the only cheese that makes me feel like I should sit in first class.
Yeah, right.
I love brie.
Brie is the cheese that I just need some wine with. This would be great.
Yeah. Brie is the cheese that when they say women and children first, I go, I'm a man and I'm wealthy enough.
Right, exactly. I'm staying with my brie.
Yeah. Brie has got me on a different vibe whenever I eat it.
Also, a great stripper name.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah, that'll work.
All right, 407-916-1041.
Better than Gouda.
77.
Gentlemen, get your dollar bills ready and get ready to welcome to the stage Gouda.
A whole lot of Gouda.
She smoked.
The lovely Gouda.
Yeah, she smells like cigarettes.
Here she is from the mountains of Serbia. All 6'5" of her.
Oh, what's wrong with that one? Oh, that one's just provolone.
That
is a pun.
407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Want to take a little break, get the guys in here from Sunset Walk out there at the Promenade. Start eating some food and telling you more about how you can get your tickets to join us Saturday for the Best of Challenge Sandwich Edition coming up in just a bit. We'll be right back with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Your 30 seconds of airtime awaits. The Talkback feature on the free iHeartRadio app. Follow Real Radio 104.1, tap the microphone, and speak.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Looking at slow traffic this afternoon on I-4, both east and westbound as you travel between US 27 and the 429 and between the Beach Line and 536. Looking at a crash blocking the eastbound left lane on the 408 this afternoon near Conway Road, causing some heavy backups in that area. If you see other problems on the roadways today, make sure you're calling the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's knows fall is the perfect time for outdoor projects. Right now, you can keep your yard looking its best and save. Take care of leaves with leaf blowers starting at just $89.98. Lowe's knows home improvement. While supplies last, see store for details.
You know, that mortgage guy, Don, is a mortgage broker, not a retail lender or even a corner bank. And he's got a really cool feature on his website that lets you see the broker difference. All you have to do is go to thatmortgageguydon.com. While there, hit the click the compare quote button and upload your quote. That's it. Don is going to interpret it for you and, more importantly, tell you how much you are actually paying for your loan and let you know if you can get a better deal. But that mortgage guy, Don, is so honest that if you already have a great deal, he'll tell you that too. And that means it's peace of mind right there at your fingertips. So don't miss the boat. Compare your quote at thatmortgageguydon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguydon.com.
I love Mondays. And yes, I'm being 100% serious. Why? It's because I'm a Dunkin' Rewards member. And Mondays are better with Dunkin' Rewards. Every Monday this month, Rewards members get a free medium hot or iced coffee with any purchase. Not a member? Join on the Dunkin' app and never miss a deal like this. Dunkin' Rewards. Save them, stack them, use them how you want. America runs on Dunkin'. Limit 1 per member per Monday. Additional charges and terms may apply. Participation may vary. Limited time offer.
Jeep Adventure Days is going on now. Hurry in for great deals on a great selection of Jeep brand vehicles. Well-qualified returning FCA lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2023 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo 4x2 for $409 a month for 39 months with $2,999 due at signing. Tax, title, license extra. No security deposit required. Call 1-888-925-JEEP for details. Requires dealer contribution and lease through Chrysler Capital. Current lease must end by 9/30/24. Extra charge for miles over 32,500. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 10/2. Jeep is a registered trademark.
The Home Depot and Behr have what you need when you need it, delivered straight to your job site and at an everyday low price. We're now delivering top-rated Behr paint, stains, and primers directly to you same day or next day. Plus, pros earn discounts with Pro Extra Paint rewards. Contact a Behr Pro Paint specialist to schedule your paint delivery today. The Home Depot. How doers get more done. Limitations may apply. Not available in all markets. See store for details.
Look, some choices in life are complicated. Others, thankfully, are much simpler, like choosing True as One checking. There are no overdraft fees, lots of practical perks, and when your life evolves and account balances grow, we'll upgrade your perks automatically. Truist One Checking. One simple choice. Truist Bank. Member FDIC.
If there's anything better than getting a few of your favorite things from McDonald's, it's getting a few of your favorite things from McDonald's for less in the McDonald's app. Delicious. Order in the McDonald's app today. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Use mobile order and pay on the McD app and get 25% off any purchase of $5 or more, like a steak, egg, and cheese bagel meal. At participating McDonald's, valid once a day through 12/31/23, excludes tax, must opt into rewards.
I've perfected my buy one, get one game putting in reps at the outlet mall. Now I'm ready for McDonald's buy one, get one for $2 deal. I can pick a Big Mac with 2 all-beef patties and Big Mac sauce, or 100% fresh beef quarter pounder with cheese, or a juicy 10-piece chicken McNuggets made with all white meat chicken, or a filet of fish with crispy fish and melty American cheese. When I buy one, I get one for just $2. I'm finally ready to go BOGO Pro. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Valid for item of equal or lesser value.
The annoying runny nose, the constant sneezing, the itchiness, and battle just to catch your breath. If you suffer from seasonal allergies, sinusitis, or nagging sinus congestion, there's a natural, easy-to-use solution that can help provide fast, drug-free relief. It's called Navage, and it uses powered suction to rinse your nasal passages in seconds. Millions of people use Navage daily to help provide relief from seasonal allergies and sinus congestion. Medications treat the symptoms, but Navage treats the problem at the source, flushing out the allergens and pollen trapped in your nose. Navage also helps wash out airborne bacteria, dust, dirt, and viruses quickly and painlessly, so you can get back to breathing clearly again. Say goodbye to sinus suffering and hello to better breathing with Navage. Navage is available at Walmart, Walgreens, Target, CVS, Rite Aid, and online at Navage.com. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment changeouts and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Order your Hummer EV at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade. Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Find out at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. At work? Just pretend you're on a Zoom call with us. The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube. Subscribe and watch.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. You can text us easily at 77031. Blood sugar spiking. Holy moly.
How welcome was that food?
Holy You know, this is genuinely just one of my favorite things every year. It's so much fun to look forward to it. Not only do we get to meet the more wonderful people from Sunset Walk there at the Promenade, but I love the competition, the friendly competition. We have yet to see a punch thrown, but I'm not saying the day's over.
That's right. There's always this Saturday.
There's always this Saturday. I love how seriously these guys take this. And if you'll remember, I told you when we first started promoting that one of the real reasons I love this is because a lot of these restaurants don't really have these products on the menu. The restaurant will take a chance. They'll make something that's kind of out of their wheelhouse and then serve it to you and show like their diversity and how well they can do it. And I'm telling you, this Saturday is going to be just more of a showcase of that very thing. SunsetWalk.com. Get your tickets now because this is going to be a sellout. It's incredible. And the reason why is because exactly what we just tasted during the break. You will never, ever, ever experience a food event that gives you a better bang for the buck and a better total experience than this event. This Best Of Challenge thing has been an absolute coup on that side of town forever. For 5 years that we've been doing it. You can't do it better. The setting is great. The people are wonderful. The weather's always awesome. and the food is exceptional every single time.
Now, I don't think we can take credit for the weather, but we have been quite fortunate.
Yeah, we have been quite fortunate. I don't want to jinx it. Knock on wood. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. I am Jim. Deb and Jack and Ross are all here. And if you don't mind, how about a big round of applause just from all the chefs and everybody here from Sunset Walk at the Promenade?
Hot damn.
Now we have Zach. Now you're from Anthony's Coal Fire and Burger Fi.
Yes, I am.
And young lady, you are from
Rock and Brews.
Rock and Brews, right? You're Katrina. I'm sorry, I'm making sure I get your name right there.
That is me.
And then you were actually at my Rock and Brews out in Oviedo before you made the move elsewhere.
Correct. In
Right.
another life.
So, just out of curiosity, Ray Signs is with us as well. Ray is the organizer
Hey,
and director of all this. Good to see you again, brother. So, just starting right here. So, yeah, I've talked about this friendly competition you guys have there at the Promenade and how much you want to win. And I know that people in the restaurant business are very competitive. What will it mean to you to kind of take this down? Do you guys have that little thing where you're a little proud of it and you're able to kind of walk around the Promenade a little differently than everybody else?
No, of course. Going around to all of the locations that we have in there, we definitely want to be the best.
Yeah.
And at Anthony's, we are the best.
Well, I will tell you, I tried yours in a second. I'll tell you how good it is. Now, Katrina, you're here from Rock and Brews, and you guys brought over. Now, is this on the menu?
It is not. We made it tailor-made for this event.
How much fun is that for you and your chefs?
It's awesome. We have an opportunity to showcase a lot of skill, talent, and creativity. So we put our whole heart into it.
Now, it is kind of an interesting question, though. I mean, your restaurant, and I love this, don't get me wrong, but your restaurant is set up to make plenty of things on the menu. I know you have sandwiches, an entire list of sandwiches. It would probably have been much easier just to peel one of those off of the menu and serve that.
Well, we're here to be the best, not to be easy.
Shots fired.
Yeah.
Let's go.
You can feel the level of competition between these two guys here.
Now, when do you guys automatically know that this is coming down like months in advance, or is this something that Ray walks around and taps? Oh, by the way, in September we're going to throw down. How does this come down for you guys?
Yeah, does he send a town crier out going, "It's on"?
Ray sent the email last night, actually.
Be kind.
Gather around here. But yeah, so. How do you find out about, and how do you come up with the idea that you're going to provide?
Well, we get a little notice as far as what we are expected to produce, and then we put our heads together in the restaurant, do a little friendly competition within Rock and Brews, and decide whose sandwich is the best, or if we need to combine some ideas and make the best.
So you guys are even doing another contest inside the restaurant. How many people, or how many of the chefs got to make something for the event, or to try to make it through?
There were 3 of us.
3 of you.
Yes.
Oh, so it's like a play-in tournament in the NBA for the playoffs.
Yeah, exactly.
Correct.
Qualifier.
Is there any extra reward for the recipe that's chosen?
Bragging rights.
That's it.
God, that's it. Now
Apparently,
you're the GM.
that is the currency out there.
Yeah, for sure. Now you're the GM, correct?
I am.
So is this your recipe?
Partly it is, yes.
Uh-huh. Now, is there a little politics happening there? Did you throw your weight around a little bit?
Never. I give the people what they want.
Good answer. Good answer.
Just confirming, what was what you brought us today?
That was a pulled pork slider, specifically a jalapeno barbecue pulled pork slider.
You nailed it, by the way. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Onion straw with the crunch, or is that just a fried onion?
That was onion straw.
Onion straw, delicious onion straw. Can't get over the jalapeno. What's going on with the jalapeno? It almost tasted candied. It was delicious.
A little smoked, a little candied. We do deep fry it to cut the spice so that it's palatable to everyone.
Man, I know I've been hanging out with Jim too much when I taste a jalapeno and I'm like, is that candied?
Look, man, and I will tell you, I started eating this little pulled pork slider, and I say little. It's a great handful of food.
Exactly.
It's a baseball size, a good stack, a good portion of pork on that. And there's a couple things about your slider I got to let you know, right? Because it's what I ate first. What Ross said is absolutely right. A lot of pulled pork sandwiches, in my opinion, people will put slaw on them to add some body, some crunch. I don't care for that because the heat of the pork heats up the slaw, and I don't find that very palatable. I don't like that. But when you deep fry an onion, like an onion ring, an onion straw, and you put that on there, and then you smoke a jalapeno and put that on there. And I will tell you, when you put jalapenos in Mexican food, they're raw. You get that nice spray of that jalapeno in your mouth. It's exactly what you want. But with this product, when you smoke the jalapeno, it really mellows it out. And you get that really nice, at the back of your palate, mellow heat that could not pair with the fat from that pork any better. And I like the fact that you don't smother it in sauce. Let the pork shine. You guys got a really nice bark on that pork, so you get a lot of great flavor coming through there, and it blends perfectly. And the roll you chose is perfect. That's going to be hard to beat.
Well, I appreciate that. That's excellent feedback.
Now,
look over at Anthony's coal-fired pizza and stick your tongue out at him.
Now, let me tell you, your little offering is something else that you don't have on the menu, right?
No, we don't.
You guys do not do a garlic knot meatball slider.
No, we don't. But we took our fresh-made dough, our fresh-made meatballs, our fresh-made sauce. We put it all together, and we're known for our soul food, our Italian soul food, and that's what we brought to the table.
Is that what it is, really?
Yeah.
I've not heard it called that before.
Yeah,
That's
Italian
awesome.
soul food.
I know it's funny that you guys are known for your great pizzas for sure, but you also have damn good wings.
We brought some wings for you.
Did you really?
Yeah, we brought a whole tray.
You roast those wings in those ovens with those almost like Mediterranean herbs, and it's like,
It's rosemary. It's rosemary.
Rosemary, oil, salt, pepper, and they're wonderful. Super crispy out of the oven.
They're
Really
actually
good.
brined for 24 hours before they're cooked, and
Really?
then they're cooked again.
My daughter actually texted me out of nowhere. She just got here from South Africa, and she said, Dad, those wings we had that one time at that one place, was that Anthony's coal-fired pizza? And I said, it was. Because you guys also do them whole, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the entire wing. So this little meatball thing that you have, this little knot, you basically break this knot in half. You stick one of your racquetball-sized meatballs in there, which is
covered in our fresh grated pecorino, and then covered in oil, garlic, and some parsley.
So meatball has your stereotypical meatball stuff. We got pork in there. We have
no pork.
No pork.
100% beef.
Really?
Yep. Beef,
Really?
breadcrumbs, and that's a little bit of garlic.
Really? Wow, that's kind of interesting. I would have sworn there was some pork in there.
I just took a bite of the meatball. Very dank.
Yeah. And by the way, dank is good.
From
Yes, I know.
I speak for the kids. The dank is good.
Straight fire, big dog.
So when you guys come to these events, I mean, when you're serving it up and the people are like, they come back and they give you great responses and like, hey, man, this is really, really good. Kind of does that spread throughout the restaurant? Like everybody kind of knows that?
So we've been doing this at the BurgerFi side of our company. Right now, we're under construction doing a BurgerFi and an Anthony. So this is our first time doing the event as Anthony's.
Right. Because you were there during the burger thing with BurgerFi, and
Yes.
you guys killed it. I think did they come in second or win?
No,
We've
won.
won.
They won.
Yeah, we
right?
won.
Oh, this guy.
Ray says there's an asterisk on our win, but I don't believe it.
No, it's all good. We had to go to a different balloting process after the win, but it's all good.
Oh God, already? Ouch.
So the I would say the best thing about Anthony's is everything is homemade, everything's family. And pairing that with BurgerFi, that great American food, my favorite thing is pizza and French fries, and so being able to do the best of both worlds, not only show our BurgerFi side, our great American food, but as well as bringing this Italian restaurant in there is going to be great.
And again with this deal, I mean, with this Sunset Walk and this Promenade and this Best of Challenge, there are so many different looks at food. Like we didn't even get to try the Yeoman's Top Golf Swing Suite is bringing what they call it's a Brie Castle sandwich. Have you guys tried that?
We saw it.
You saw it?
It looks great out there.
Oh, really? Okay, good. And then we also have the guys from Cowboy Chicken who are here, and they have a sandwich as well, which is called their, I want to make sure I get this right. It is...
The Laredo.
The Laredo, that's right. The chicken Laredo, or the Laredo chicken sandwich with tomato, cheese, guacamole, and chipotle mayo. Now, is the chicken fried there, or is it grilled?
No, it's rotisserie.
Rotisserie. So it's roast chicken.
Yeah, don't ask those guys over there. They're like, there's other restaurants that are part of this competition. I didn't know there were other restaurants that were. I only know of two.
They're just giving them all the heads up.
I only know of two.
Do you use a different dough or yeast or something for that garlic knot?
It's the same dough as our pizza dough. We allow our pizza dough to rise or for a few more hours compared to the garlic knots, and when you do that, you get a more of a different fluffiness to the dough. With the pizza, you're getting the strength to be able to hold up all our great topics.
Right.
And then with the knot, it's loose, it's airy, and it's able
right.
to soak up a lot of those juices in that oil.
It's built to tear apart and just sop up gravy because that's basically what it is. It's the Italian version of biscuits and gravy. Is exactly what it is.
Yes.
You're tearing that knot apart, all that beautiful, freshly grated pecorino. You get that nice salty pecorino. That's what I like. It really adds that extra level of salt and brininess to the sauce. And then when you put it together, and the meatball has the perfect amount of breadcrumbs. That's the number one problem people have when they make meatballs is either they're too dense or they're too kind of mushy. And that is a perfect bite. That's a really good sign of a good meatball is when you bite into it, it gives you a little bit of resistance. You don't just kind of go right through it. Gives you a good tooth.
Yeah, what's your breadcrumb secret there? What do you
They
put
won't
in?
tell it. They won't tell us anything.
Because I made last time I made meatballs, I put Ritz crackers in there.
That actually sounds great.
It was okay. I was, I think the Italian seasoning, it missed some of that, so you kind of need to compensate for that. But yeah, these meatballs are delicious.
Thank you. And by the way, enough with this trade secret crap. Enough. When I ask you what kind of wood you use to smoke your pork, you tell me. And when I ask you what's the ratio of your breadcrumbs and your meatballs, you tell me. It's just that simple.
I think no one's listening. Come on, man.
Nobody's listening.
I wish people are listening.
It's just us.
No, they're all listening.
Coolest thing about this event was, in a nutshell, what I just experienced with these two food offerings. I just had a pulled pork sandwich with a candied and smoked jalapeno with some of the are those onion strings like in-house? Those were delicious. And then as the other thing I had was a stuffed meatball garlic knot slider. Those are two different offerings. Those are two different experiences. This Saturday, you get to experience that 10 different times.
Yeah, and we're actually going to get a break here and go try two more of those, right? We have two more opportunities, and we're going to come back and tell you about those offerings, which is the brie slider and this thing from Cowboy Chicken, this Laredo chicken sandwich. I cannot wait to try those. So let's take a little break. We'll come back, and we'll try these and tell you more about how you can get with us at Sunset Walk, the Promenade, this Saturday. Get your ticket, sunsetwalk.com. And there's a reason this sells out. You've heard us talk. These are full servings, big sandwiches. You get 10 of them for only $20. It's a joke. Sunsetwalk.com. We'll be back in a second after trying these next sandwiches.
It's not just for dragging people. It's mostly real radio. Just for dragging people. 104.1. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
Things are still slow on I-4 this afternoon, both east and westbound in the Orlando area as you travel between the Beach Line and 536. Looking at a crash causing heavy stop-and-go delays westbound on 434 near I-4, where the right lane is blocked by accident activity. Another crash still blocks the eastbound left lane on the 408 near Conway Road. If you see any other traffic problems, make sure to call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Uni, a product of ePass.
With the time and money Pete saved with ePass, he's learning how to make bird calls. Which is good, because he needs practice. Getting ePass is time well saved. Visit getepass.com to get your free ePass toll sticker or 19-state Uni. That's getepass.com.
This hour of Real Radio 104.1, sponsored by FloridaJobsNow.com, coming October 11th.
Time to let you know the Jim Colbert Show question of the day is brought to you by WeAreNotTheBanks.com. Thanks, Brad. That's Brad Siebert. He put together the team at WeAreNotTheBanks.com and said, we're not the banks. We're better than the banks because our sole focus is mortgages, getting you the mortgage for your next home, or maybe it's refinancing a new mortgage for your current home. If you are ready to start looking for that new home or that refi, call Brad or just find him online. It's WeAreNotTheBanks.com. Deals with all types of buyers, good credit, even bumps in your credit, and all types of loans. We're talking VA loans, conventional loans, even jumbo loans of all sizes. I use WeAreNotTheBanks.com for my refi several years ago. Great experience for all your mortgage needs. Again, the website to get started, WeAreNotTheBanks.com. Go there today. NMLS ID number 66247, Equal Housing Opportunity.
The biggest stars in all of music shared the stage at our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival. Brought to you by Capital One.
Let me hear you.
Foo Fighters,
Fall Out Boy,
Kelly Clarkson,
Kane Brown,
Lil Wayne, Lil Durk, Lenny Kravitz,
Miguel,
Public Enemy,
Sheryl Crow,
Travis Scott, Tim McGraw,
TLC.
30 Seconds to Mars.
The most massive live music event of the year.
See all the action now at iHeartRadio.com/festival and get ready to relive it with an iHeartRadio Music Festival special.
Streaming on Hulu next month.
Your dentist recommends flossing your teeth once a day, but 70% of us ignore this advice because traditional flossing can be, well, a hassle. But Quip's rechargeable water flosser turns you into a flossing fanatic. With gentle and deep clean pressure modes, the Quip water flosser delivers feel-good flossing, and its clutter-free design includes a long-lasting charge and a 360-degree floss tip for hard-to-reach spots. Right now, get your first floss tip refill free at getquip.com/radio. That's getquip.com/radio.
This is Steve Kramer.
let me tell you a business secret. There are sketch companies out there selling awards. Make sure the awards earned by your lawyer are from respected organizations. At Trenley Kramer Law, our lawyers have been recognized by Orlando Magazine Best Lawyers, Florida Trend Legal Elite, Super Lawyers, and listed in U.S. News as a best law firm for years. We've earned the awards that can't be bought. Trenley Kramer, TK Law, onefirmforlife.com.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-859-3220. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 to 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-859-3220. That's 800-859-3220 for $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-859-3220. 800-859-3220.
Central Florida. Stop paying 2 water bills with a whole home of amazing water from Pure Water Changes. If you're paying your bill at home and then for bottled water, you're paying twice. Pure Water Changes can install a complete system for your entire home for the cost of your bottled water each month with 0 down plus easy financing. Right now, have a complimentary water inspection and a free no obligation quote. Good for a year, and you'll receive a $100 gift card for participating, plus free cleaning supplies for 3 years with no chemicals. Call Pure Water Changes at 407-MY-WATER.
iHeart Podcast Update this week on your free iHeartRadio app. Unimaginable Season 2. Your host, Mike, sits down with the world's most important chief executives to answer your most pressing questions about leadership, career, and life. The Mark Moss Show, helping you navigate cryptocurrency, business, and financial markets, and more. Sharp Money. This show explores 2 unique approaches to betting, broadcasting, and life with VSIN fan favorites Patrick Meager and Amal Shaw. Hear these podcasts and more on your free iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
If you suffered an injury at a place of business, dial Pound Wall. That's all. Morgan & Morgan.
Proof that we have a face for radio. The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube. Subscribe and watch.
All right. Do whatever it takes. Do whatever it takes to join us Saturday. Sell a child. I don't even care. Break the law. I don't care.
Every event has been great at the Promenade at Sunset Walk for the best of challenges. But do you think the food options for this are higher than the other one? It's next level, right?
Yeah, man. It is.
It's stupid how good it is.
Look, man. I'm just telling you. Figure out a way to join us on Saturday and take advantage of this $20 deal for these.
Do we know if all of the offerings, all of these sandwiches, all come with a chicken, a beef? I'm looking at all the offerings, and I'm pretty sure that they all have like a high-level protein.
Oh, not only, they have an ass load of it. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. I am Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
Jack is here.
I'm full.
And so is Ross.
Uh-huh.
And the guys from the Promenade at Sunset Walk are here with us. Ray Steins is the guy who runs the entire thing.
VP of marketing.
We've done this Best Of Challenge 5 times, right? And we always get the guys from the restaurants to come down. And they've done everything from burgers to their signature dish to desserts and everything in between. This year is sandwiches. And just a little behind the scenes stuff. You know, Ray and I have known each other for quite a while, almost since the inception of my radio career, Ray, right? Since the early 90s?
1993.
Yeah, 93, which would have been the very first year that we started doing this business.
How about that?
30 years to this day. So I've known Ray 30 years.
That's dope.
So when he got this job and we started doing these gigs, the second year we started talking about what we were going to do, or what the idea was. The sandwich idea has been on the burner for 3 years, right? We decided to roll it out this year. You guys decided to roll it out this year. And I was the most excited about this year, and I'll tell you why. Because in the world of food, when I make you a pot roast, or if I make you a short rib, or if I make you an omelet, within reason, those things have limits. In my opinion, when you make a sandwich, it is infinite to what you can do. The bread you can use, the style you can use to cook the protein, if it's going to have protein. Vegetables, are they pickled? Are they not pickled? Salt, pepper, oil, so many different cheeses and techniques. It offers one of the greatest expanses of abilities to impress. That's what I think. I think that wholly, because you can do a lot of different things. Guys, what we're trying today and what we just tried during this last break is something I've never had before. Cowboy chicken. Paul, how you doing?
Very good, thank you.
Now, this is the only cowboy chicken in Florida.
Correct.
Right. This is a Texas chain or Texas
out of
product?
Dallas, Texas.
Out of Dallas, Texas. How long have you been open there at the Promenade?
We opened in March this year.
You opened in March of this year. Is this sandwich that you're serving tomorrow or Saturday on the menu?
It is.
It is on the menu.
Yes.
So I don't even know where to begin with this thing. I really don't. I don't know where to begin with this thing. So it's called the Laredo Chicken Sandwich, tomato, cheese, guac, and chipotle mayo. That's what they put on there. And you think to yourself, oh, okay, that sounds like a pretty easy chicken sandwich. Until you bite it and you realize the chicken is roast perfectly. It's as if it was sous vide. In other words, it's the way that you cook things, so it's absolutely perfect. Perfectly done without being under or without being over. That gives you the perfect bite, the perfect juiciness, everything. Then you put those toppings on it. What's the roll?
It's a brochet, butter brochet run.
Just a brioche kind of run, or a roll, right?
Correct.
Whose idea was it to fry the chicken skin and then put it on top like it was bacon?
I wish it was mine, but I'd have to go back to a guy, Pat, I believe, in Dallas.
Buddy, let me tell you, when you guys try this sandwich from Cowboy Chicken, you are going to fall over. When they take the skin from the chicken, which is not on the chicken when you get it.
It's like a chicharron.
It is exactly like that. They deep fry that. It's super crispy. They call it chicken bacon.
That's right.
And they put it on top. This is next level. Nobody listening to this show has had a sandwich like this. There is no sandwich like this in Orlando, except for at your place.
Cowboy Chicken.
That is bananas good, buddy.
And there's a sauce that I cannot put my finger on. What is up with the sauce? It's bright. It's colorful. What's going on with that?
That's a chipotle mayo sauce that we make in-house.
Yeah.
Yep, in-house. That's why.
Guys, and the guac is in-house, too. We make that fresh.
Is that the size they're getting? Like when you come to
that's the sandwich, yeah.
So if you're doing... So that was half a sandwich?
Yes.
That's half a sandwich.
Question for Ray Steins. Ray, what do you think about people showing up with their VIP tasting badge at only $20 with like Tupperware or Ziploc bags to be able to take a lot of this stuff home? Because how do you eat out? It's so much.
There'd be no way. Like I've eaten 4 of the sandwiches. I could not. I would have to. You absolutely have to pace yourself. There'd be no way. And we haven't even gotten to this brie thing yet.
The Brie Tower.
We haven't even gotten to that thing yet.
I've got a lot of questions about the second sandwich.
Okay, so let's move on. By the way, thank you so much, Paul. That was an absolute wonderful. I mean, it's so good. Are you guys planning on opening any more of those in town?
Yes, we plan on opening 3 more in Orlando.
Oh.
You might do just fine. We are really into chicken sandwiches around here in Central Florida.
I love it. It's a thing.
An incredible product.
Thank you.
I mean, brother, that is an incredible product. So let's move on. I don't want to give you too much attention and get beat up by the people from home.
I'm okay with that.
So, okay. So we have Ron and Amanda here from Yeoman's Top Golf Swing Suite.
Yes.
Now, lean in a little bit and tell me, what is the store itself? I mean, Yeoman's Top Golf Swing Suite, what is it?
So you know the Yeomans before,
yes,
right? And then you know the Capones next door.
Yes.
So that is now going to be one big building. So it's going to still have the Yeomans tradition on one side, and then you're going to be able to go into a gaming room event area, and it's going to have shuffleboard, pool tables, golden tee. It's going to have
golf simulators, I assume.
I was going to lead to the best part, golf simulators. I heard there's some people that like to play golf in here. So,
and those are top golf simulators too.
Yes.
So it's a partnership.
Yes, it's a partnership with them.
Which is unbelievable. And if I remember, Yeoman's is the one that had the great tap.
That's correct. Yep.
So how many
They also did the Brussels sprouts. You remember
That's
that?
right.
They won the
Oh,
competition
yeah.
a few
Bangin'
years
Brussels.
ago.
That won, right?
Yes,
It
it did.
It did. So tell me, how many beers on tap?
They're still deciding some of those decisions because it's
really?
not opening until closer to the end of the year.
But you guys had one of the best bars out there on property, right?
But there is going to be 3 bars. I can tell you there is going to be 3 bars. There's going to be the patio one, the one in the dining room, and then there's going to be a 3rd bar on the swing suite side.
Right. And is this the
Oh,
first,
wait, we just sold all of our tickets.
is this the first iteration of the combination of the Yeoman's Top Golf thing? Is this the very first one of these?
It is not. So the first one was in Tampa.
Okay.
So that one opened about a year and a half ago.
All right.
I had the pleasure of opening that one.
Very good.
It was an amazing experience seeing everybody come and have a great time, and it's a great place to have an event for a kid's birthday because you can play zombie dodgeball on the games. You know, it's a great place. We even did a wedding reception one time.
Cool. Very cool.
Yes, yes. And everybody got to have fun at the wedding reception. We do buffets, so we really make it a winning experience for everybody and rememberable.
And the cool thing is I know that, you guys will not be open quite yet when we get out there?
We won't be open quite yet.
Yeah, but it won't matter because here's the thing. You'll get to see the place and then kind of make your plans to go back out because it does offer a lot of really unique experience, which is awesome. So
It is a very unique experience.
is this sandwich on the menu?
It is. We
Okay.
wanted to pick a sandwich that was on our menu to make sure that we were representing what you can get at the end of December when we
Right.
open.
Okay, so we're trying 4 products here today, right? So we have a meatball, we have a chicken breast, we have pulled pork, and now we have roast beef.
Pot roast.
Pot roast, right. So the basis of the sandwich is pot roast.
Pot roast, and then we cook it with caramelized onions that we make fresh. And then it obviously has the apple, which gives it that crunch.
The shining star of the sandwich, if I may say.
So here's what you have.
That's what makes it unique is that apple, that crunch with the brie spread. And then on the other side has the Munster cheese, and then it has arugula.
So what you have here is you have a perfectly made pot roast that really tastes like perfectly made cheesesteak beef is what I like. It's exactly what it's like, right? You cover that in brie, and if you don't know brie's that funky little, it's that kind of funky cheese. Creamy, got a little bit of funk to it, which is great. Pairs great with apples, which I'm sure that's one of the reasons you put them on there. And then you have the winner. What really separates it is that peppery arugula, right? So arugula, when you eat it, has that great pepper finish.
Yes.
It's real right in your face. It does not screw around. You eat it, and you immediately are like, this is peppery. And what all happens is this. You have that great savory beef. You have this funky cheese, this peppery arugula, and then the apple. These beautiful Granny Smith apples that when you bite into them, they release that great apple spray into your mouth. It all blends together, and let's don't give up on the bread.
Oh, yes.
The bread is it just toasted toast? Of
course there's butter.
Yeah. So it's
sourdough.
So you have sourdough bread, which is just basically sliced bread, and then they press it on both sides so it's nice and crispy, and everything is in the middle, and it's absolutely wonderful. I leaned up against the wall and ate it walking to the studio. I didn't even wait.
It's the only time, I'll be honest with you, I'm not a fan of arugula. This is the first time in my life where arugula makes sense in a sandwich for me. I guess I like arugula. This sandwich made arugula pull a U-turn for me.
Somebody just said, I'm bringing a shoulder cooler and Ziplocs.
Here you go. You be you.
Just bought my ticket. You should get your ticket. And I will tell you, every person that comes to this event returns for the event. We see a lot of the same faces. And the reason why is this, it is a great deal. Guys, for $20, if we just gave you what we had in the room today, which is just 4 of the 10 that we're offering, it would be worth every nickel.
Yeah.
There's no way that you could buy the 4 items that we gave you today for $20 if you bought them out. No chance.
Each one of them would be, I'm curious, what is the retail of this chicken sandwich?
That's $12.
$12.
So that's a $12 sandwich.
With a side, yes.
Yeah, with a side.
So you can do the math right there.
and what is yours? I mean, it has to be in that range too or more.
Yeah, I was just looking. It's probably about 14.
$14.
All right.
14, 15.
2 of the 4 that we have today, and you're at your $20. You're over your $20. And I'm telling you, you will. And I can't even wait. If these are the 4 that are coming in today, I cannot wait to see what the other guys have to offer. I can't. Because I'm telling you, these guys really go out. Estefan's is part of this, right?
Estefan's is part of it.
So-
Yes, they are.
What are they doing? Do you even know?
They are doing a carnes de Cuba sandwich. It is ham, bacon, pork, chicken, mozzarella, salsa, and risotto.
I don't think 3 hours is enough. I think we need to spread this food out
Should I keep
over
going?
a greater period of time.
Euphoria Fish House, the Cuban sandwich, Ford's Garage, brisket melt sandwich, Lizzie's Barbecue, pulled chicken tacos, the Wharf crab cake slider.
Oh, no.
And BurgerFi is the fried chicken sandwich.
Wow.
So, Ray, the VIP tasting badge that we've been talking about, and people can get and come and try all the food there. We give away, we hand out these trophies, and they're much coveted for bragging rights in the promenade there at Sunset Walk. So how does the voting happen? How do the people who show up get to vote for their favorite sandwich?
And by the way, of the people that are here, who bribes the best?
Yeah,
Well,
and can felons vote?
They can.
All right, good. Hey, look at
There
that.
are
Come
no
on,
rules.
fellas. Come on down.
Yeah.
There are no rules.
So each participant, the VIP judges, which everybody will be, gets 3 tokens. So they get to choose their favorite 3 of the 10.
Yeah.
And then we tabulate the scores basically and determine first, second, third. There's the Critics' Choice Award, which will be the local food critics. And then, of course, yours.
Yeah.
So the-
Yeah.
So, and what I would suggest, by the way, and we see people doing this because, like I said, we see a lot of people that come out for the event because they enjoy the event. It's a lot of fun. And it's a great deal. You need to make notes, right? So people will make notes because you'll try all 10 sandwiches. You have your tokens. Then you'll kind of remember which ones you go back to, and you can vote properly. And I would ask you to do that. Don't look at this when you come out and vote like, I'll just throw it anywhere. These guys take this very seriously. I mean, in the context of being out at the promenade, they want to win. I mean, they think they have the best product. You know, Paul thinks he has the best product. The guys from Coal Fire think they have the best product. The guys from Yeoman's think they have the best product. And
we
all
think-
of them
we
have a
think
great
they all
argument.
have the best
Yeah,
product.
right. And they all have a great argument because you can make an argument for every one of those being amazing. And we haven't even tried the other 6.
Like, I'm just afraid of people like, all right, so they're talking about this and all the sandwiches. Like, these are bougie sandwiches. We were just talking about a fried chicken chicharron on a chicken sandwich.
Right.
That's not just chicken and cheese.
I can't believe anybody hasn't thought of that.
Like,
I'm not telling you, I cannot believe that no one's thought of that.
Good
Appealing
stuff.
that, I can't.
It's so good.
I can't figure out how nobody's done that yet. It's got this beautiful, salty, crispy, and the chicken is roast. So and it's not like it's fried where you get that certain kind of flavor. It's roast perfectly. So when you bite into it, it's like butter, and then you have that crisp, and it's different than fried chicken.
It's good stuff.
Imagine fried chicken with a hat of fried, a fried hat on.
And then this brie thing with the beef, and you get so much, and you're the number one thing. What was your name again? I apologize.
Amanda.
Amanda, you know what Amanda said to me? I said, and before I even said anything, because she heard me out in the last one, she goes, and yes, that's how much beef you get, Jim. You just let me in. That's how much beef you get, buddy. Yeah, we're not shorting you on the beef. You get this much beef.
Wow.
I would put, if someone were to walk up to me day of event, I would bet them that they wouldn't be able to finish.
I would make it. Matter of fact, I know there are people who do that. That's a challenge they take to themselves. They would be able to get all 10 things down and keep it down.
Great point. Ray, do you have paramedics standing by?
We do. Yeah,
Okay.
we have the whole bit.
Ray
Osceola
thinks of
County's
it all.
with us.
Ray takes care of everything.
All right, so what time are we starting over there, Ray?
Starting at noon, so we'll start letting folks get their credentials and so forth about 11:30. The official countdown is at noon. It goes till 3 p.m. We tabulate the votes, and we'll hand out the awards around 3:30.
Yep.
Followed by a great car show, live bands.
Yeah, one of my
full night.
favorite things is as we're kind of doing our last judging, you can hear all the muscle cars firing up in the background to make their way into the promenade so they can park out, which is very cool, by the way.
A lot of fun.
Yeah, man, so much fun.
We got your cottage ready for you.
Thank you, brother.
I got to tell
We're
you,
getting loose.
I have a favorite. I have a runner right now. I have a dark horse. Out of the 4 that I've had, I have a feeling that one of the 4 that I've had will win this event. I haven't had the other ones.
Without even trying the other ones, crab cake?
Yeah.
Again, a $20 ticket gets you a crab cake slider. Just out of curiosity, you should slide into any restaurant and order crab cakes right now.
Yeah.
You know how much they are for 2?
Yeah.
It's like $26 for 2 crab cakes right now in restaurants.
I went to a restaurant and ordered a crab cake. They asked for my firstborn.
But this is going to be a wonderful event. It always is. SunsetWalk.com. Get your tickets in advance. We do have the ability to sell them up front, right?
We do, yeah.
So if you want to walk up, you can take that chance. Now, we have sold out every one of these events every single time. We sell them out. That's confirmed.
We do.
That's
We sell
right.
out every time.
So I'm telling you now, it is Tuesday. If you can do it, get your tickets today, because if you decide to walk up and you take that chance, we'll give you a heads up, by the way, on Friday. We're not going to go, we don't do the fake sellout thing. Yeah. We just tell you if it is or tell you if it isn't. We don't really have to fake it.
Right. And free parking. And I love this line. Spectators are free. If you want to be a spectator at a food event and watch other people eat food, you could do that.
Why?
It's an interesting choice.
Yeah. Why?
So,
but if you brought someone in your family who doesn't eat.
Now, get ready to be annoyed. I'm going to tell you straight up. Get ready to be annoyed. Because what's going to happen is people are going to come up to you, and as you hand them your beef sandwich, they're going to go, "Hey, is this vegetarian?" And I'm giving you permission to overhand throw it at them. I am giving you...
While laughing at them?
Yeah, like an abusive father. Just pick it up and just overhand throw it right in their face.
Are there any open-faced submissions, open-face sandwich submissions?
There are not.
Yeah, damn right, because that's not a sandwich. I rest my case. Thank you.
Double-fisted, man.
There's a taco on this thing, though.
Okay. I mean,
and
what's the taco?
And that's a heated argument of whether or not a taco is a sandwich.
Yeah, there was a debate about that, but we like to everybody be creative, so that's what they came up with.
All right. Let me ask you guys, you're chefs. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No.
Oh, okay. The look when this thing.
No.
Amanda gives me the look.
All right. But a hamburger, is that a sandwich?
Yes.
That has bread on both sides.
Yeah. Well, what about a sub? Here's where it gets weird for us.
Yeah.
You take a hot dog, you split the bun open, it's still connected. Still one piece of bread, correct? You lay your hot dog in there, you fold it up, right? With a sub, cheesesteak sub, meatball sub, you split the thing down the middle, you open it up like a bread canoe, and then you pile your stuff in there, right? That's a sandwich.
That's fair.
But a hot dog does the same thing.
Yeah, because you have the breads. You have bread as the left and right arm on a hot dog. You need bread as an attic and a basement for a sandwich.
Okay, very good.
I think that makes sense.
Okay.
I like it.
So we'll stop at that.
I think it might be our easiest way out of this conversation.
Well,
Don't
guys,
get me going, guys. I swear I won't stop.
Now, listen, I appreciate every one of you driving down. I know it's a pain in the ass to get over here from where you guys are, but understand, to get to the event, it's not a pain in the ass because the 429 crosses over right where it is. I mean, I'm not S-ing you. You get off of it. It was a quarter of a mile.
Right on 192.
And it's right there on 192. You cannot miss it. Right next to the Island H2O water park. Like Jack said, parking is free, and it is ample. Plenty of places. And they have a hotel there. So if you want to stay overnight, make a thing out of it, bring the kids, you can do that as well.
Margaritaville Resort Hotel, where you're staying.
Yeah.
Terrific place.
Exactly. It's going to be awesome. We cannot wait to see everybody.
First 10 people to book stay with Jim.
No, they don't.
No?
They don't.
No?
They don't.
Sure?
No, please don't say that.
I read that email wrong.
Please don't have him come looking for me.
Yeah,
Jack, I thought it said first 25.
Yeah. Just go to the front desk, ask for the Colbert special.
All right.
You want to give him the address of the cottage you're staying in?
No, I do.
Way to play, Ray.
Right. I would like early entry into the college. It'd be great. But guys, again, thank you so much. We wish you the best of luck. And I will tell you, every one of you guys has a shot because every one of these products is amazing. I can't wait till you guys open.
Yes.
Because you're right. Ross and I love the golf thing. We'll be out there at your simulator drinking beer and swinging it for sure. And thank you guys for all coming out. And we can't wait to see everybody to come out and enjoy these great foods that these people have provided for you and really just enjoy a day and hanging out here in Florida at the greatest time of year.
Thank you, John.
Thank you for having us.
SunsetWalk.com. It's only $20 for your tasting ticket. Grab it now, and we will see you Saturday for sure. 407-916-1041. Text us easily at 77031. Load them up for trivia. That's next here on The Jim Colbert Show.
We have a prize. Get on board at 407-916-1041. Jim Colbert Show Trivia is brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage. That's CENTO Moving.com.
This is Clay Travis. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Macy's Backstage.
In their first game without star cornerback Trayvon Diggs, Dallas put up a dud in the desert. The Cowboys got down early and Dak couldn't rally him late. Dak is such a nice guy, charismatic, smart. We want to give him the benefit of a doubt. But the truth is he's an average to slightly above average quarterback with league average stats. The good news for Dallas, they're playing in the average NFC. I'm Colin Cowherd.
What will you find at Macy's Backstage? Here's a hint. Fall finds for $25 and under, like sharp blazers, cozy sweaters, cargo pants, jackets, and more. Find the latest trends and new arrivals at a Macy's Backstage store near you.
Classes and contacts are such a hassle every single day. Why not visit the Filatowski Eye Institute and get that Smile LASIK? That is the latest state-of-the-art LASIK technology, minimally invasive, fast recovery times. Actually, most people return to work or play the very next day. That's what happened for my son and my father-in-law, both. One at 18 and one in his mid-50s at the time, and they had to have these surgeries. Same exact experience, crystal clear vision within 24 hours, and the surgery only takes a few minutes, non-invasive, and all you have to do to schedule your appointment is this. Text 1041 to the number 868686. Schedule that appointment. Find out what they can do for you, and then enjoy your next vacation to the fullest. And if you want to save money for that trip, no worries. They have 24-month interest-free financing. Again, just text 1041 to 868686 and let the Filatowski Eye Institute get you started on a path to better vision today.
That's right. It's a real mess out there, Kate. We're seeing heavy congestion on the eastbound lanes of the main expressway with traffic backed up for miles.
What do traffic and debt have in common? You don't want to be in either for too long. Move into the fast lane with Fairwinds Credit Union. We'll help you set goals, save more, and be your guide to achieving financial freedom together. Visit fairwinds.org/together and become a member today. Fairwinds. Financial freedom happens here. Federally insured by NCUA.
Columbus Day weekend, Saturday, October 7th through Monday, October 9th, visit the Space Coast in Cocoa Beach and support the National Kidney Foundation's 38th Annual Surf Fest, featuring hundreds of competitive surfers in pro and amateur divisions, live entertainment, and fun for the entire family. Spectators are free, so don't miss out on the fun in the sun at the Westgate Pier. Plus, join us for the Taste of Brevard and silent auction on Sunday, October 8th from 6 to 9 p.m. For more information, visit nkfsurf.com. That's nkfsurf.com.
Gatorade and the Orlando Magic know that the best use the best. That's why they're partnering to reward deserving youth basketball teams in Central Florida in the Gatorade Gear Contest. One boy and one girl's youth basketball team will each win basketball shoes and Gatorade gear. Do you know a deserving team? Visit OrlandoMagic.com/Gatorade to nominate them today. No purchase necessary. Contest ends October 1st. For full rules, visit OrlandoMagic.com/Gatorade.
Every day, you breathe in thousands of microscopic germs, allergens, and viruses. Don't let these invisible invaders make breathing through your nose impossible. Flush them out with Navage. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril around the back of the nose and out the other nostril, helping flush out all the nasty things that make you miserable. Nearly 4 million people use Navage to breathe better, snore less, and feel healthier. People like Cindy, a verified Navage user who writes, "I've had such awful nasal congestion for the last couple years. I bought Navage and OMG, I can breathe again. I love this thing. Goodbye, Neti Pot. Hello, Navage." End quote. If you suffer from sinus congestion, allergies, or snoring, then Navage is the safe, drug-free solution you've been looking for. Navage is at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, and Navage.com. Navage. Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
It's Ice Spice season. Dunkin' is entering the charts with a new hit, the Ice Spiced Munchkin Drinks. Frozen coffee blended with pumpkin munchkins plus caramel drizzle, whipped cream, and more caramel drizzle on top. Yes, please.
At the Home Depot, Saturdays are about two things: the wood-fired flavor of a Traeger Ironwood XL grill
and football. Hey everyone, Desmond Howard here, and I want you to get your game day fired up in just one tap with Traeger's intuitive touchscreen. Then throw in your game day favorites and monitor from anywhere with Wi-Fi technology. That way you have less time staring at the grill and more time for football. Upgrade your Saturday with Traeger.
And the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Attention homeowners, get Choice Home Warranty's award-winning service for 25 major systems and appliances before a breakdown. Get a free quote right now. Just dial pound 250 and say home warranty. Limitations apply. Visit choicehomewarranty.com for details. Call now, pound 250, keyword home warranty.
This is Scott Trout of Cordell & Cordell. There are a lot of great dads out there. Sometimes those dads get divorced. For more than 30 years, we have represented men in divorce, confronting the pitfalls that could devastate your finances or harm your family relationships. While every situation is different, our goal is to get the best outcome for you and your kids. Set up a consultation and take the first step.
Office in Orlando. Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's attorneys. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Scott Trout, licensed in Missouri, Illinois, and Georgia only. Online at CordellCordell.com.
This hour of Real Radio 104.1, sponsored by FloridaJobsNow.com, coming October 11th.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. I am Jim. Deb is here.
Bloated.
And so is Jackson.
Oh, so full.
And Ross has the sauce jar. You got any room for the sauce jar in there, buddy?
I do.
All right.
I'm also bloated, but we're all here bloated and goated. Let's go. I have a pair of tickets to the 5th annual Best of Challenge. You just heard us talking about it. It's going down, the Sandwich Edition, showcasing the best sandwiches from many of the Promenade's amazing venues. This is going down at noon this Saturday, September 30th. Oh my God, September's almost over, and that is your sauce jar. I'm out of breath.
Ross, how did the prizes get here?
Their names are
Are they usually on a train or something?
all aboard.
Chugga chugga.
Choo choo.
Clickety clack, clickety clack.
That is your sauce jar.
It's always brought to you. Chugga chugga. Choo choo. By Cento Family Moving and Storage. Go local and support a family-owned and operated Orlando moving and storage company. Just make sure you don't forget to mention the Jim Colbert Show, because that bad boy is going to get you a discount. Right, Ross? So easy to book them today at CentoMoving.com. That's CENTO moving.com. Try to drag out the time.
I wasn't aware we were getting the Chicago pizza of a sauce jar today where the sauce is on top.
Well, I said bloated and goated. I thought it was a worthwhile quip, and it really wasn't. It threw everything off.
Don't worry about it. It's just fine. Who goes first today, buddy?
Let's welcome Owen.
Owen, right up top. Owen, what's going on?
Well, I'm just trying to win some House of Blues or something.
Okay. There you go, buddy. Very nice.
This guy.
Yeah, I love the House of Blues.
Yeah, that's great.
Just
there you go.
dunk on him.
Yeah. All right, Owen. Well, here's the deal.
Man.
This is a very easy game. Got a question here for you. 4 answers. One of them is fake. If you can find it, I will send you to the sauce jar. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. On this day in 1940.
Game show.
I don't know what happened this segment.
I do. We're all full and ready for a nap.
All right, here we go, Owen. On this day in 1949, the old Hollywood land sign was torn down and replaced with the iconic Hollywood sign we see today. Here are 3 fun facts about Hollywood and one casting couch of a lie. Number one.
There.
The blinking light atop the Capitol Records Tower spells out Hollywood in Morse code. Number 2, before it was known as Hollywood, it was called Hillvale Valley. Number 3, in the early 1900s, Hollywood City Commission voted to make Hollywood a dry county. Or lastly, in the 1950s, or excuse me, in the mid-60s, lustful kissing wasn't allowed in movies. Instead, kissing was limited to just 3 seconds at a time. Which of those is a lie?
I think the first one.
No, that's absolutely true. The blinking light on top of the Capitol Records Tower, which is famous, blinks out the word Hollywood in Morse code.
Never knew that.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Sorry, Owen.
Who's next, brother?
Let's welcome Scott.
Scott right there on line 2. Scott, how you doing, friend?
I'm great, Jimmy. How are you?
Doing good, buddy. You got tickets for this event we have coming on Saturday. Would love to see you out there. We're talking about Hollywood. Which one of these is not true? Number 1, before it was known as Hollywood, it was called Hillvale Valley. Number 2, in the early 1900s, Hollywood City Commission voted to make Hollywood a dry county. Or lastly, in the mid-1960s, lustful kissing wasn't allowed in movies. Instead, kissing was limited to just 3 seconds at a time.
Let me go with the last one.
No, that's absolutely true.
Wow.
In the mid-60s, they would not allow the lead and the lead actors to kiss lustfully or excessively. So what they would do is, if you watch movies from the 60s, they will kiss and then walk a little bit and then kiss again and then sit down and kiss again. So they're breaking up the time so that it doesn't get them in trouble with the FCC.
And then when you think about like old movies, at least for me, and I think about romance, I think about a lot of useful usage of shadows.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And maybe shadows kissing, and maybe that being a loophole, because
Yeah.
that's kind of a noir old movie stereotype.
It is in a trick, too. Who's next?
Let's welcome Michael.
Michael right there at the bottom. Michael, how you doing?
Biblical.
I'm doing just fine, Jim.
Okay, buddy, you got a 50-50 shot here at going to the Sawshar. Which one of these is untrue? We're talking about Hollywood, California here. Number 1, before it was known as Hollywood, it was called Hillvale Valley. Or lastly, in the early 1900s, Hollywood City Commission voted to make Hollywood a dry county.
No, I'll take the first one.
And you'll take those free tickets, won't you?
Yes.
Yeah, you're a winner. You're a winner, buddy. I'm going to put you on hold. Good job,
Wear your
Michael.
comfy pants.
We will see you Saturday at Sunset Walk. SunsetWalk.com. Get your tickets now for that wonderful event we have coming up this weekend. Yeah, that's true.
I love hearing these goofy ass horns and looking at you and your serious ass face. It's so much fun.
Before it was known as Hollywood, it was called Cahuenga Valley, not Hillville.
Cahuenga.
Cahuenga. Cuhenga. A couple other things you may not know about Hollywood before we make it over to Ross Thoughts. That fake snow you used to see in early films like Wizard of Oz, what do you think that was?
Cornflakes.
No.
Soap.
No.
Ross?
I think I know this.
Well, tell me then.
It's not. I don't remember.
Rice.
Plastic. I'll go plastic.
Milk.
Asbestos.
What?
Asbestos. Flaked asbestos.
Oh.
Up to 1,000 pounds a shoot they would dump onto the actors and on the set. A tabloid news show got its name from a 1930s area called the Studio Zone, which was an area that the studios could shoot a movie and not be responsible for feeding or transporting staff. In the day, it was called the 30-mile zone. You know it as TMZ.
Whoa.
That's where TMZ got TMZ from. Back in the day in Hollywood, Hollywood had a certain area that they could shoot movies in and be free from feeding the actors and the extras. If you shot outside that area, you were shooting in the TMZ, the 30-mile zone.
Not only did I just learn that right now, that's what TMZ stands for. I can't believe in the history of TMZ, I never wondered what TMZ
Yeah,
stands
exactly.
Yeah.
That's a good point, Jack.
But that's exactly what it stands for.
Wow.
Muhammad Ali's star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame is the only one not this.
Paid for.
No.
Oh.
They cost $30,000 a piece, by the way.
Yeah. It doesn't have like a genre to it, like summer movies, summer TV.
You know what? That's probably the best guess. That's not it, because that's the other controversy is what did he do that was in the entertainment business, but they figured that he was basically in the TV business because that's what he drove viewers to.
Yeah.
No idea.
It's not on the ground. It's the only one that's on the wall. If you go to the Hollywood Theater, I guess, the Kodak Theater, it's on the wall because he said he didn't want people who didn't respect him walking over him.
Oh, wow. Good point.
And then the other one was the Valley. Before it was known as Hollywood, it was known as Cahuenga Valley. Thoughts, quickly?
God, how good does it feel when you introduce a new song to somebody and they love it?
Buddy, let me tell you, it's one of the true connections I have with my kids.
It's one of the greatest feelings. Now, how embarrassing is it when you really have a song that you're borderline closeted a fan of, and then you decide to share it to your wife, and then she goes ahead and shares her feelings about it?
Listen, I will tell you, dude, I have a parallel experience for that, and I can share that with you. We'll do that next.
All the cool kids are doing it, and you want to be like the cool kids, don't you? Well, don't you? The Talkback feature on the free iHeartRadio app. Follow Real Radio 104.1, tap the microphone, and speak.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center, they specialize in one-of-a-kind custom-designed jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Looking at a slow ride on I-4 this afternoon in the Orlando area. 2 lanes are currently blocked by an accident eastbound on the interstate at Princeton Street. Looking at a crash blocking the southbound left lane on the 429 near the Turnpike exit, causing stop-and-go delays all the way from Colonial. If you see other traffic problems today, make sure you're calling the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Huey Magoo's Chicken Tenders.
Love chicken tenders? Well, you're in luck because Huey Magoo's is right here in your neighborhood. And with grilled, hand-breaded, and sauced tenders, Huey Magoo's has something for every chicken tender fan. Visit HueyMagoos.com to find a store near you.
Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex cooking up something scrumptious for the annual Taste of Space Fall Bites from October 2nd all the way through November 5th. Treat your taste buds to new seasonal flavors at the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. Unique fall-inspired meals and local craft brews are available for a limited time only, so plan your visit now. Hey, guys, seriously, get out there for this. This is a lot of fun. I've been to 2 of these, and they are a blast. The food and the drink is scrumptious, and be sure you do not miss the star of this thing. It's called the Taste of Space Mars Teeny Shake Off. It happens October 6th, an amazing event. Local bars chipping in with restaurants to bring you out of this world flavors and taste. You're going to love it. Get your tickets and all the info at KennedySpaceCenter.com.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit NoTimeToWait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
If you lease your car and you've tried to sell it but can't get the process completed due to harsh restrictions from the lease company, don't sweat it. GiveMeTheVin.com is not only America's best car buyer, we're also America's best lease buyer. Just go to GiveMeTheVin.com and put your info into our super short form. We'll automatically make an instant offer that's weighed against your lease payoff, so you can get your lease funded and whammo, you're all good. All at GiveMeTheVin.com, America's best lease buyer. Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Join Ryan Holmes from Monsters in the Morning Friday, September 29th in Mount Dora for a night of comedy featuring the man of 1,000 voices, Michael Winslow, and Jimmy J.J. Walker of Good Times. 8 p.m. at the Mount Dora Music Hall. Tickets are available at MountDoraMusicHall.com. Sponsored by Visit Lake and the City of Mount Dora. Friday, September 29th, 8 p.m. It's a night of comedy at the Mount Dora Music Hall with Michael Winslow and Jimmy J.J. Walker. For tickets and info, go to MountDoraMusicHall.com.
When you shop here, you win here. Score the Win Drive at Sutherland Nissan Orlando. Buy now and make no payments for 6 months. Get 0% APR financing on the best team of Nissans anywhere. Sutherland Nissan Orlando. OrlandoNissan.com. Home of the lifetime warranty. See dealer for details.
A Fifth Third Better means we put in 166.7%.
What does that mean?
Well, at Fifth Third Bank, our name equals 166.7%. So that's how hard we work. That means free checking, no hidden fees, and helping to protect your identity.
Explain it in baseball terms?
It's a home run.
Basketball terms?
It's a slam dunk.
Football.
Touchdown.
Highlight.
Buzzball.
Cricket.
Golden duck.
Wow. Guess that really is a Fifth Third Better.
That's what a Fifth Third Better means. This is banking a Fifth Third Better. Fifth Third Bank, National Association member FDIC.
When I'm on the move, there's only one move that works for me. So I'm going to Checkers. Slide me that $2.49 chicken bites and fries box. No matter where I go, I'm going to enjoy the crispy, juicy, perfectly seasoned all-white meat chicken bites. Plus a load of Checkers' famous seasoned fries, all for just $2.49. That's right, this box is always coming in clutch. Checkers is boxing up deals like you've never seen before. Whether I'm running on empty or stepping on the gas, I'm taking one for the road with Checkers. Get it delivered now.
If you're celebrating a milestone anniversary this year, or just starting the process of picking out that engagement ring, welcome to International Diamond Center. At IDC, we're one of a few jewelers around the world with direct access to exquisite diamonds from Namibia. These are the highest quality, most brilliant diamonds on the planet. And with IDC's connections with the cutters, you can be assured of the ultimate in value with no middleman markups. And just as important as the brilliance of our diamond is the source itself. An IDC diamond comes only from specific mines that follow strict international laws and environmental standards. Not only do we guarantee conflict free diamonds. We are proud that when you purchase an IDC diamond, you are helping provide dignified employment, much-needed education, and necessary health care to African families. So come and shop with confidence at IDC. Confidence in the quality, the value, and the integrity of our diamonds. International Diamond Center. Transparency, honesty, responsibility. Learn more at shopidc.com or visit our showroom today. 4 Orlando locations.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
90% of us don't brush long enough. Around half don't brush twice a day. And 75% brush with old, worn-out bristles. The Quip electric toothbrush fixes that. It has timed sonic vibrations that aren't like a jackhammer, a nifty cover for brushing on the go, and a wireless design that mounts to mirrors. We also deliver brush heads and supplies from $5. Choose an electric toothbrush accepted by the American Dental Association. Shop Quip from $25 and get your first refill free at getquip.com/star.
Injured? Hire the largest injury firm in the world. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind Studios. Why Kaufman & Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch. Yeah, we like it when you watch. At The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
The dummy that carries a real back through whatever form out of this little tween to his mighty throat. Many a fat other rat met his demise while staring point blank on the covetous barrel of this awesome prowling machine. Truly a wonder of nature, this urban predator. Timing the cat and many a story to tell. But it was a rare occasion such as this that he did.
You know, there are a couple of ways to tell if the food that comes into this building is good, right? And usually, at least one of those ways is that when the station that it's been brought to is done, it goes into a common area where everybody else in the radio station can come and get some if they like.
It's like flies on fresh poop.
That's the fastest it's ever disappeared, ever. That food is gone, was gone, gone.
Okay,
gone.
so
trays of it.
Yeah, the only surprising thing is I really thought we were the only one in the building.
I know.
Where'd the people come from who took it?
Oh, no, Kravitz and his guy hit it on the way out. Now the reps are hitting it on the way out.
Oh, good for them.
Unbelievable, guys.
Everyone should eat this well.
I'm going to be dead honest. I pulled Ray to the side, and I looked at him. I said, buddy, I don't know, and I'm not talking any crap about any of the others we've done. I said, I think as of right now, this is the best food that we've had at any of these Best of Challenges.
Yeah.
Those sandwiches were amazing, and that's just 4 of the 10 you're going to get. SunsetWalk.com. Grab your tickets and hang out with us on Saturday and have some great food. We'd love to see you for sure. 407-916-1041. I am Jim. Deb is here. Jack is here. Let's get some thoughts.
Oh, shoot the gap!
It's weird.
God, am I so good.
It's funny. Sometimes it's Ross. Spelled like sauce.
Got that itis.
It's Ross Thoughts.
Ross Thoughts is brought to you by Persimmon Hollow Brewing Company.
So I'm going to hang out next to that tent that's serving that chicken sandwich and just watch people's face when they take the first bite.
On the first one? So it's weird. Music, I think, is, in my opinion, unequivocally the best art form. I think it's the best thing that humans do. I think it's the coolest. I think it's fascinating. I adore music, and I say that kind of like, like a blind kid who wants to see an apple. I can't do it. I can't do music.
You would say the most beloved art form, would you? That would be fair, right?
I think the oldest art form, right?
It has to be.
I mean, it was used as communication between humans, millennia ago.
And we still communicate through music.
We do.
Music is so unbelievably dope, and shout out to our species for doing it.
The universal language, friend. They don't say that about movies.
It's something that, you could take for granted. Imagine, a world without music.
Yeah. I mean, deaf people.
Oh, man.
You always
shout out to deaf people, too.
But you know what? A movie doesn't usually set the mood for an entire event. But you can set the mood for an entire event with the right music.
Yeah.
Sometimes, and my music tastes were all over. I'm all over. I even got into country not that long ago. I had a country phase. Shout out to the king, George Strait.
Yeah, very eclectic. I like that.
You got me into the country vibes, man. It all started, granted, like every other person, I heard Friends in Low Places, and I was like, finally, country that I really, really like. And then that spun out of control. Next thing I know, I'm going into the deep, deep heart of Texas playlist and just rocking out, feeling like I'm way more manlier than I really am.
Dude, I'm telling you, go to iHeartRadio, go to the app, and get that iHeartRadio 90s country and listen to that. That's a great collection of good, palatable country music.
And I take pride in knowing that I have the bookends when it comes to taste of music. I don't think my taste of music is better than anybody else's, but I will say I always am really proud of myself when I go from like Freak on a Leash to Celine Dion.
There you go. Okay, those are good bookends.
I love that I do that naturally, organically. That's what I want out of music. I love the peaks and valleys. I love from going, System of a Down to Wham.
Yeah, Public Enemy to Depeche Mode.
I love it. That's your 1 and 2 right there. I don't like when people are honestly like, I only listen to this.
Right, yeah.
Well, then you're robbing yourself out of some really cool life experiences. Because once you get into other musical genres, now you have something in common with a whole different demographic of people. Now you're crossing bridges. Now you're breaking ice. Jim, how many times have you dropped some Public Enemy knowledge in front of people and they went, oh, damn,
Yeah.
okay, well, now we're talking.
They freak out. Like,
Exactly.
When old-ass white guy knows stuff about hip-hop, they don't know how to act.
Just step out of your musical comfort zone every now and then. You're really going to end up learning a lot about other people. Music is just the best. And I say that as a stand-up comedian. I don't even think comedy is in the top 5. Like, music rips. With that said, though, when you are in a marriage, and you say, I do, and at that moment, you say, I do, you don't know what their musical tastes are going to end up being like.
You do not.
You don't expect going into a marriage with a 6'2" slender quarter ginge of a man who then falls in love with Olivia Rodrigo's guts, who all of a sudden, that's the name of the album.
Yeah, that came off weird.
Yeah, let me just...
Serial killer?
Not exactly. The name of the album is Guts. I have fallen in love with like a 22-year-old pop star, and it's got me really into my feelings, and I feel like I'm always getting screwed over by older guys right now, and I don't know how I feel about it. I know my wife feels a little weird about it.
What is she? What's the weirdness there?
So this was the cool part. So talking about introducing music, there's this song. It's kind of old already. It's a couple months old. That I introduced the song Vampire by Olivia Rodrigo to my wife about 10 days ago.
Do we have that, Jack?
Yes, it's in the system. Our sister station plays it.
Yeah, it's a massive song. Oh, dude, get me in my feels. The piano chords happen, and all of a sudden I feel like I'm a 24-year-old girl and some 44-year-old, silver fox tan dude who owns a house on the beach has really forgot about me. So I'm in my car. I'm listening to the song. I introduced the song to my wife. And
Are you trying to get Guts tour tickets?
No, I'm not. It's not even that. But I just played the song. My wife hears me like singing every lyric, and she kind of goes, "Whoa. What? I didn't know I married that. What happened? What happened to Primus? What happened to System of a Down? What happened to like you also love rap?
Because your wife had a little bit of a punk vein for a while, right?
She does. She goes hard. She has that vein. So I'm over here learning a lot about myself in front of my wife. This happened about 10 days ago. Fast forward this past Sunday after the Orlando City game, I turned on the song again. And we belted every lyric. She fell in love with the song. And it was the best. Having a duet with your wife, scream singing a song that you introduced her to.
That's pretty cool. I got to give you that's pretty cool.
Nothing better. Now,
I did not have that experience.
With that said,
when I sing, my wife is like, please stop.
Yeah, she's a professional singer.
We're leaving Exploria Stadium. This was Sunday night. I turn my stereo system up to 22. The most it goes is 21.
Right. Oh, yeah.
My windows are down, manual windows, and I'm leaving Exploria Stadium. I'm going through some of the bad parts of Orlando. And I am the two whitest people in a hoopty car blaring a breakup song. And I got to tell you, there were so many black people laughing at us.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Just right outside of Exploria Stadium as we're driving through the neighborhoods going down. Trying to get out of downtown.
All this coming out of that one paper cone speaker.
There's this one couple that was walking by, and then, man, I could just feel them get jealous of us. And then going through, the historically black neighborhoods of Orlando, I'll be honest with you, I turned it up, dude.
Yeah, gotta let them know.
I gotta let them know. Sometimes you gotta lean in to whatever and whoever you are. And that was what I was Sunday night with my wife, jamming out to this song.
Have you had an experience like that, Deborah? Because I don't think you and Chris listen to the same kind of music, do you?
Dude, he's Hall & Oates, I'm Tool.
That's
We
right.
definitely have never had this experience.
You've never. See, I haven't either. But I have a situation that's similar to this. My wife did not react well.
Oh.
Exactly. I'll tell you this. Jack, play this song. Play Fireflies.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
So I felt that when I first played the song. She was like, "Oh, okay, so you Buffalo Bill out of a shower? Do you tuck your stuff? How soft are you?"
Buddy, when this song comes on, and I don't know what it is about this tune, but I think it's the video that got me in love with the song, because the video is just a throwback to all the old toys that you used to play with as a kid, like my age, a kid that's my age. And
you would not believe. Oh, she took your man card away.
We took our own man card away.
Yeah.
She just said this. I swear this happened. I turned this up. We're out garage sailing. I turned this up. She just turns to me and says, "Jimmy, no." No. Nope.
Because
Why? It's not that bad.
Because when I first put
I like how she talks to him like he's a dog.
I know.
Nope.
No, don't be there. No, Jimmy.
No.
Jimmy.
I'm with you, dude.
Outside.
When I put on Olivia Rodrigo, my wife hit me with a spray bottle.
I got a treat.
All I'm saying is a friendly reminder, if you're a big burly man and you're into some Britney on the weekends, it's okay.
It's Britney, bitch.
Are you...
Exactly. If you're a Swiftie
and
you're also working road construction, lean in.
Absolutely.
Own it.
Own it.
If you're a 24-year-old white woman, lean into your rap love.
Yeah, you go.
Just don't say every lyric.
Yeah. Oh. How about not even half of them?
Yeah. Just miss out on a couple of those lyrics.
Yeah.
Just nod your head.
And as always, you know what always makes music great? Live music, just not in a car. Not while you're listening to music in a car. But this is the best way to listen to music. With a beer in your left hand. And may I recommend Persimmon Hollow Brewing Company? That's some good music beer. That's some great music beer. I'll be honest with you, that Blood Orange Wheat is the best hot day beer I've ever had. Their Southbound Hiker New England IPA is one of the best juicy, hazy beers that I've ever had. Don't walk for that New England IPA. It's wonderful. They just released it in cans. Andy and Robbie, the minds behind Persimmon Hollow Brewing, they're just great people trying to provide great beer for all of the great Central Florida community. And if you ask me, mission accomplished. Now it's time for you to find out if they accomplished their mission. So go out, visit Persimmon Hollow at any of their 5 locations so you can go out and enjoy a Persimmon Hollow beer yourself. Enjoy a passionately crafted beer yourself. So go out, visit them at phbeer.com with the best slogan in the game: drink sensibly, but get weird. Listen to more music. You get more of a spectrum of taste. Those are your Ross thoughts. I'm out. Peace.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
You're listening to the Jim Colbert Show. Coming up tonight on Real Radio. At 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by Gringos Locos and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Ken, and Mike. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Looking at a slow ride on I-4 this afternoon in the Orlando area. 2 lanes are currently blocked by an accident eastbound on the interstate at Princeton Street. Looking at a crash blocking the southbound left lane on the 429 near the Turnpike exit, causing stop-and-go delays all the way from Colonial. If you see other traffic problems today, make sure you're calling the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Tri-County Metals. Ready to get a price on your metal roofing project? Complete the Get a Quote form on Tri-County Metals website at tricountymetals.com. Getting a quote for your new metal roof has never been faster or easier. Get started at tricountymetals.com.
This hour of Real Radio 104.1 sponsored by FloridaJobsNow.com coming October 11th.
These days, there are plenty of things to worry about. But keeping pests out of your home shouldn't be one of them. That's why you need Massey Services. Massey eliminates pests before they get inside. They start by carefully inspecting the inside and outside of your home and then focus customized treatments on the outside. Best of all, your satisfaction is guaranteed or your money back. That's the Massey difference. Expect more and get it.
When you shop here, you win here. Score the win drive at Sutherland Nissan Orlando. Buy now and make no payments for 6 months. Get 0% APR financing on the best team of Nissans anywhere. Sutherland Nissan Orlando. OrlandoNissan.com. Home of the lifetime warranty. See dealer for details.
Baby boomers and retirees, do you know the retirement tax risk road you are traveling? Congress has changed from incentivizing Americans to save for their retirement future to penalizing Americans who have successfully saved. Protect yourself from the proposed wave of higher taxes coming out of Washington. The Biden administration spend and tax schemes are only going to add more taxes to our retirement. Imagine how you can remove yourself from the retirement tax system. Learn in under 30 seconds your retirement tax exposure. Visit retirementtaxcalculator.com. retirementtaxcalculator.com.
Are you experiencing tooth pain? Advanced Endodontics can help. With state-of-the-art care, experienced and compassionate staff, and 6 convenient locations throughout Central Florida, we make it easy to find the relief you need. We partner with well-known companies who offer great financing options, so you can achieve the smile of your dreams. And the best part is, no referrals are needed. Schedule your appointment today at ineedarootcanal.com. That's ineedarootcanal.com.
Hello, I'm Greg Figueroa.
And I'm David Figueroa. Over 30 years ago, my brother Greg and I set out on a mission to offer the world a better hot sauce.
That's right, David. We made Melinda's thicker, hotter, and better than ordinary hot sauces.
And now we have 32 exciting and delicious sauces that hot sauce fans are obsessed with, like our ghost pepper sauce, our Thai sweet chili, and our best-selling black truffle hot sauce.
Melinda's also has 5 spicy ketchups made with real sugar and no added junk like high fructose corn syrup. People ask David and I, what makes Melinda so good? That's easy. We think like chefs do. Instead of burning someone with hot peppers and vinegar, we use fresh plant-based ingredients and the finest chili peppers perfectly blended to set your mouth on flavor.
Go to melindas.com to find our line of craft condiments at Walmart and other fine retailers. And right now, get a 10-pack of our best-selling sauces with free shipping at melindas.com. That's melindas.com. melindas.com.
O'Reilly. Do you need new wiper blades but aren't sure which ones are right for you? The professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts can help. We'll show you the best options for your specific vehicle and even install your new wipers for free. And right now, save $10 per pair on Bosch Focus wiper blades, plus get 2 times O-Rewards points. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Your dentist recommends flossing your teeth once a day, but 70% of us ignore this advice because traditional flossing can be, well, a hassle. But Quip's rechargeable water flosser turns you into a flossing fanatic. With gentle and deep clean pressure modes, the Quip water flosser delivers feel-good flossing, and its clutter-free design includes a long-lasting charge and a 360-degree floss tip for hard-to-reach spots. Right now, get your first floss tip refill free at getquip.com/radio. That's getquip.com/radio.
At the Home Depot, Saturdays are about two things: the wood-fired flavor of a Traeger Ironwood XL grill
and football. Hey everyone, Desmond Howard here, and I want you to get your game day fired up in just one tap with Traeger's intuitive touchscreen. Then throw in your game day favorites and monitor from anywhere with Wi-Fi technology. That way you have less time staring at the grill and more time for football. Upgrade your Saturday with Traeger.
And the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
This hour of programming brought to you in part by FAS Windows and Doors.
We now return to the Jim Colbert Show. Already in progress.
The hot stream flow. This is the very first song I ever did for karaoke.
Really?
I convinced myself I could do that opening scream. And I obviously convinced myself during an altered state of mind because I did not nail it. What I did do was clear out the bar. And when you go, as loud as you can.
I thought Jack was trying there.
People are like, I've had enough. Jack. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome
Come on,
back.
Jimmy. Recreate it.
I am Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Hi there.
And so is Ross.
I just realized that he kind of sounds like Link on a full. That's a nerd thing.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's all right. We didn't talk about the music thing with you two. You said that you listen to Tool and Chris listens to Hall & Oates. You guys don't have a genre of music that you can meet in the middle with? Like you also like some pretty hardcore hip hop.
Oh yeah.
And he does not care for the hip hop.
But you know, it's I've gotten used to that because nobody in my crew listens to my music.
Really?
So I never want to listen to my music when I'm riding with a friend. It's like, no, let's listen to yours.
Right, exactly.
Because you're not going to want to listen to mine. And I don't want to hear you complaining. So let's just put your ass on.
Yeah, because when I put in Deb's CD, the first 5 words are in. And
or
that's
MF.
Yeah,
or,
that's what you want,
know.
right? Jack, do you guys have this? Because here's the thing. Your wife is a professional musician and has been for years.
Yeah.
And she has that old rocker thing, but that's kind of where you are.
But that's her genre. She loves rock.
Yeah, classic rock.
She loves classic rock, but sings a variety of stuff. And I mean, my tastes run from it's very eclectic. You hear a lot of it on Real Music Weekends, but it goes beyond that because I will there's some top 40 stuff like that Flowers song by Miley Cyrus is kind of that hits me.
Yeah, I like that song.
Huge Sinatra and Rat Pack fan. But yesterday I was just like, I wanted to hear Dave Brubeck and Take 5.
Oh, that's wild.
And sometimes I'll tell the speaker, play hits of the 1940s. So it's like, I'm all over the place.
Jack gets down with that Glenn Miller.
And I was going to say,
I love Glenn Miller in the
it's
mood.
the best.
That's one of my favorite CDs of
absolutely.
all time.
40s, good decade.
And we do have we'll meet in the middle with Michael McDonald.
Oh yeah,
See, you can never, to me, George
Doobie Brothers?
Benson,
Right, yeah.
Doobie Brothers, Steely Dan. Oh yeah, see, this is classic.
This is
Dave Brubeck and Take 5, but it's been in movies.
Is this Moondance? Well,
No,
this sounds like Moondance, doesn't it?
But,
Oh
There you go.
I know exactly what you're.
Dude, this is Ocean's 14 for me.
Yeah.
I walked into the bar. See,
Yeah, there you go.
walked in the bar. There she was at the bar,
With a lit cigarette, drinking juice.
wearing a black hat.
I flipped over the hat. What did I find? A rat's tail.
That's right. She was using it to eat sardines.
Another hint from the arch rival nemesis that I have.
That's exactly black and white, very shadowy.
And it was the Benny Goodman Orchestra because
Oh, that's some great stuff too. I love Benny Goodman.
Because when Peggy Lee sings "Why Don't You Do Right" for the first time on his orchestra, and then continued to sing it for decades
Oh, really?
after. Yeah, I'm with Ross and Jack. That 40s, 50s kind of film noir. Put it on, kind of background music while you're just having a glass of wine and chit-chatting.
Or some heroin.
Yeah, that too.
With I like my heroin with a little splash of jazz.
I do like jazz, but I only like like 3-piece jazz. Like what do they call that?
Structured, that follows all the rules.
No. Yeah, but that I don't like that freeform jazz.
I like bossa nova.
No, what is that? Dixieland. Like where when you go to New Orleans and it's the stand-up bass, the guitar, and just.
All right.
Oh God, I could sit and drink all day.
All right, great little game here. What is the oldest song you like? You're gonna say the song. We're gonna look it up, and we're gonna find out who has the oldest song.
I'm gonna go with Peggy Lee and the Benny Goodman Orchestra with her rendition of "Why Don't You Do Right."
I am a huge fan of Louis Armstrong's St. James Infirmary. I know it's like a really sad song, but it's so sexy. I know it's about like a soldier dying in a hospital, but that song like is really hot to me. I don't know why. Not the lyrics, just you should listen to it.
Hot is an odd word to use there.
And you don't get it, man. It's a really hot song. Just don't listen to the lyrics, and you're like, damn, this is sexy.
In the Mood was the 40s, right? Because he died.
Yeah,
he was a pilot for the. He was
on a plane in World War II. Glenn Miller.
Right.
Yeah, and he died in a plane crash.
God.
Deb, what was the name of your song?
Why Don't You Do Right?
Why Don't You Do Right?
Peggy Lee, Benny Goodman. I'm trying to find out the year.
Jack, you're right. This is so good.
Jim, what about
the oldest? I'm trying to think because my uncle kind of introduced me to a lot of the music from the 50s, early 50s and stuff, even including that bubblegum phase the 50s went through.
Yeah.
With bands like Tommy Rowe, like "Oh, Sweet Pea, Won't You Dance with Me?" Like those kind of songs, like "Don't, like the Archies and stuff like that.
So Why Don't You Do Right? I have the date.
All right.
Peggy Lee, Benny Goodman on July 27th.
That's got to be in the 40s.
1942.
Yeah, it's got to be in the 40s.
Ooh.
Right.
It's a great rendition, though. It's a really...
For me, I would probably say some of the stuff from Robert Johnson.
Robert Johnson, the blues.
Yeah, the blues king. That's the Crossroads, the Crossroads guy.
Yeah, he sold his soul.
That's right.
To the devil. That's his old.
I think his original song, "The Traveling Riverside Blues," is an original Robert Johnson. But I was into the Delta blues there for a hot minute, for about 6 months to a year.
Same here.
I was listening to the Delta blues, but it kind of starts sounding alike.
Oh, Traveling Riverside Blues is a blues song written by bluesman Robert Johnson. He recorded it
in 37. Yeah.
1937. All right. I'm looking up St. James Infirmary.
Jack, what's the oldest one you like?
So it could be anything from Glenn Miller, but there's also a song I like from the Swing Kids soundtrack, but it's in German.
Oh, this guy.
Hey, I used to listen.
Trying too hard.
I used to listen to Polish punk rock. So,
and it's called "Bir Duchesne" by Janice Siegel.
Okay. Give yourself a buzzer.
I'm gonna
like 8 or 10.
Actually, I'm gonna find it for you.
Oh, good.
You have it? Well, like YouTube.
YouTube.
YouTube
has everything.
You just called some guy Shane a douche.
Oh, and do the Peggy Lee one.
Yeah.
So what's the date for your song, Ross? Are you the oldest right
I'm
now?
I'm feeling great about it. I didn't think it was this old. I thought the song was in the 40s. St. James Infirmary. The song, I think it was even probably, is an American blues song, a jazz standard. And certain Louis Armstrong made the song famous in his 1928 recording. 1928 is
so
when
we've got 28, 37, and 42.
I cannot
That's a good-looking
believe.
woman.
Thanks. I'm the youngest one on the show so far.
Yeah, man, music is great.
Yeah, so for the song I'm looking at, it looks like Bir Bis Duchesne is 37.
Oh, so you're tied with Jimmy.
Dude, I'm telling you, you just got to block out the lyrics of the St. James Infirmary song.
Just listen to the music.
Because here's the lyrics. Folks, I'm going down to St. James Infirmary, see my baby there. She's stretched out on a long white table. She's so sweet, so cold, so fair.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, she's dead.
Yeah, there's a lot of corpse talk in it, but if you just block that out, I'm telling you guys, it's a real burlesque vibe.
It's not, dude.
You got to listen to it.
First lyric, his girl is dead on a gurney.
It's a, I got to tell you, man, it's a sexy song. I don't know what to tell you.
Ross, she's
oh, yeah,
dead.
listen to this. Oh, yeah.
Songs to tie a noose by.
Cab Calloway and his orchestra.
You
This is
can't
Cab
see,
Calloway?
Okay.
you can't see your girl stripping to this.
Oh,
or
yeah, this is hot.
Now, the horns in this, yeah.
Oh, yeah, this is very sexy.
Yeah, this is sexy.
It's a weird song.
This is your tune?
This is the song that's about like dead peeps and corpses and whatnot.
St. James Infirmary by Louis Armstrong.
to happen any minute now.
You're almost there. It's so good. It's so iconic when he comes in with these vocals. It just makes you, I don't know, man. I'm getting turned on right now.
Easy, fella.
You can St. James this infirmary.
Hey, what's that show you listen to?
Yeah.
What were they doing? They were listening to old.
Well, they kicked it off with Vulva Talk and
Right.
ended it
Yeah,
up
yeah,
with
yeah.
music that makes you want to strip by.
What was Al Jolson?
Al Jolson.
Was that Hello Dolly?
Yeah.
No, Louis Armstrong is Hello Dolly.
Okay, I was going. What was Al Jolson known for other than the
Mammy, the blackface?
Yeah,
stuff,
other
right?
than the blackface.
Oh, yeah.
Is he going to sing?
Yeah, he will. And then he has the Cookie Monster growly voice. That's the thing, is because this entire song, I think it's only 4 bars. Oh. Wow. You put on a red light, maybe a salt lamp, turn on this song.
Down to St. James Infirmary.
Start moving slow. I've done this.
Saw my baby there.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Ross. This is a sexy song.
You should have seen my face, though, when I was like, oh, my God, this song is so sexy. And I looked up the lyrics, and I was like, what am I into?
So cold, so sweet.
I'm not saying they're playing it in strip clubs.
I cannot believe how clear this recording is.
Right?
Because a lot of the recordings from.
Let her go. God bless her. Wherever she may be.
28? This song came out in 28.
This must have been painfully controversial. Was he a controversial figure in the day, Louis Armstrong?
I mean,
that I'm aware of.
I think any black dude
Yeah,
in the 20s had some controversy.
Yeah, I know.
No,
But I mean,
beloved on stage, but had to go through the kitchen to get there.
right,
Yeah,
right,
no
right.
doubt.
Like all black entertainers.
Yeah.
Until
yeah.
what, the 70s?
Yeah.
And man, music is just too good. And I have to thank my brother. He's the big musician in my household, and he made such an impact on me of learning Louis Armstrong, Steve Vaughan. There's so many guitar players that I would never have met, or jazz musicians, just because of. Just, man, get more musical friends.
Do you guys listen to any chamber music or orchestra music of that nature?
Yeah.
I
symphonies?
love, yes.
That's what the one thing I will find myself occasionally doing is listening to some chamber music occasionally. Just when I want to just chill out, or if I'm driving in a long drive, just put it on for background music.
Opera.
I'm not a big opera guy.
Now
I'll do classical.
It depends. You do remember, and I can't remember the name of the song right now, but it's one of the most beautiful operatic pieces, and it's the song that he plays to the prison yard of the two women singing the Italian song. I believe there are two flowers.
I do not remember that.
Okay, yeah, you'd know the song.
This is another one I like.
Oh, what is this one?
Peggy Lee, Bally High. It's from South Pacific.
The musical. Is that Rodgers and Hammerstein?
Yeah, so it's late, I think, 49.
Culture.
Hell yeah, man! This makes me just want to put on I want to go talk
Lee's
to.
the thing.
I want to go talk to some cartoon penguins and clean some chimneys or something.
She was a massive star, right?
Yes, she was.
And she was also an actress, or just a recording artist?
Peggy Lee?
Yeah.
I believe she was also an actress as well in her later years.
Yeah, right.
And someone, I just looked it up. Apparently, it's the letter duet from The Marriage of Figaro over the
there you go, yeah.
loudspeakers.
There you go. And the other one, the other artist that she only gets credit for doing the movie stuff, but another beautiful classic voice is like Judy Garland. Like when you listen to some of the stuff, she was just as a recording artist, and it's wonderful and definitive of the time. You know, she had that very classic, because she was, 50s, 60s. It was just like that, like speakeasy singing, kind of like this.
And that is it plays a massive factor in how much I rank somebody in like the ranks of history of how much did you define or represent your decade, so to speak, and then acts, talented singers, writers, they get into a whole nother realm when they start spanning decades.
Yeah.
Because that is hard.
Who's the most talented artist you think there was? Like singular artist.
Oh, man.
That's music could be relevant.
So music?
Well, yeah.
Most talented. God. It would probably be one of the older composers, or
That's
maybe.
what I'm thinking. I'm going with Mozart.
I think they're the most important.
I meant more like pop stuff. I mean, obviously, I would say Prince.
Prince is the most talented when it comes to instruments-wise.
Well, just everything. Songwriting, because he wrote so many other big hits for other bands and stuff. I think Prince is probably one of the most prolific artists of my time. For sure.
One of the more prolific, and he's my number one GOAT rapper of all time, and Nas. This man has been spanning decades with rap albums. He's getting older. He's had multiple albums this year. He does not stop making music. He's the only rapper that I know for a fact that if you say is the greatest of all time, people won't point blank tell you that you're piss wrong.
Right. That's one of those him, Rakim. There are a number of the old schoolers that when you say that, to argue against it almost is like sacrilege.
But artist-wise, Prince is probably number one. That's another one, man. You're spanning 4 decades, 5.
Yeah. People are saying Billie Holiday.
Oh, yeah.
From back in the day, Billie Holiday. Nice. This is great. What a fun segment.
Patsy Cline.
Oh, yeah.
It just seems like the best. Those times seem pretty dope.
Yeah, I was going to say, you know what, my wife, if she could transform or transfer herself to any decade, it would be the 50s. She liked that. She thought that's when America was its, most, I don't know. I mean, you see what do they call it? The nuclear family?
Yeah, the affluent generation. It was post-World War II.
Right.
The baby boom.
Yeah.
There's enough evidence in all of our pop culture and all of our entertainment that a lot of people do like the aesthetics of that decade.
Well, the reason why is also the 60s kind of broke everything free and it became very progressive. The 50s were that stereotypical, here's your 3.1 kids, your 2, the house, dad goes to work in the suit, comes home, mom takes care of the kids.
Yeah.
It was that very stereotypical American setup that happened right before the 60s, and everything blew off that.
You know what? The 50s were great for white people.
Yeah.
But they also had the best.
I'm only speaking as what I know.
They also had the best instructional videos back in the 50s. Welcome to America. They always had that vibe. Yeah, different colors. Like they would
Remember,
always.
if you're black, don't go here.
Yeah. It was like such a. 50s are cool. Bowling was really popular.
Yeah, that's a good side.
Yeah, why not?
Drive-in theaters were awesome.
Yeah.
Jello molds.
That's right, Jello molds. Oh, so good. Smoking cigarettes in class. 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Give us a good last call, guys. All 5 lines are open. Make us laugh. A little callback from the show. Anything. It's on you. 407-916-1041. Last call next here on the Jim Colbert Show.
You're listening to the Jim Colbert Show. Real radio is
The Monsters in the Morning.
A big piece of earwax randomly doesn't come out in a quarterly in a year or something like that, where you're just like, whoa.
That's just gross, man.
Yeah, I'm playing around, man. Check the text.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
From the Rude Air Conditioning Weather Center, powered locally by Ferguson HVAC.
We are locked in this weather pattern for more than a week from today. Hi there, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. Thunderstorms continuing this evening, ending after midnight, our low 72. Tomorrow up to 85, then a 70% chance for rain. An 80% chance for rain on Thursday. Keep in mind, the mornings will be mainly dry, though mostly cloudy. It'll be the afternoons that are stormy. For the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Discover credit cards do something pretty awesome. At the end of your first year, they automatically double all the cash back you've earned. That's right, everything you earned doubled. The cash back from trips, restaurants, all doubled. Seriously, though, see terms and check it out for yourself at discover.com/match.
Stella Artois wants to know, who would you have dinner with? All you have to do is join the Stella team at the Whiskey on Sand Lake Road this Friday, September 29th from 6 until 8 for an opportunity to let them know who you would have dinner with, past, present, or future, and why. Then start your dinner with a complimentary Stella Artois and shallots. That's right. They're going to give you a free beer and a beautiful free shallots to drink it right out of. All you have to do is snap the QR code for details on your chance to win dinner on Stella from one of 10 participating restaurants. Let's do dinner. And as always, let's start with a Stella.
I'm Ellie Anajar of Anajar and Levine. Injured in a car crash? Never rush to settle with insurance companies, and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anajar and Levine. Our experienced legal team will fight to win you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call me, Ellie Anajar, for a free consultation and take back control of your life. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Office Orlando.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Gatorade and the Orlando Magic know that the best use the best. That's why they're partnering to reward deserving youth basketball teams in Central Florida in the Gatorade Gear Contest. One boy and one girl's youth basketball team will each win basketball shoes and Gatorade gear. Do you know a deserving team? Visit OrlandoMagic.com/Gatorade to nominate them today. No purchase necessary. Contest ends October 1st. For full rules, visit OrlandoMagic.com/Gatorade.
Here's how to avoid a top mistake in divorce. Text messages and social media posts can wind up in front of a judge. Act accordingly. Don't post like a fool. Divorce? Trenley Kramer Law. TK Law. OneFirmForLife.com.
Columbus Day weekend, visit Cocoa Beach on the Space Coast and support the National Kidney Foundation's 38th Annual Surf Fest, featuring hundreds of competitive surfers in pro and amateur divisions, live entertainment, and fun for the entire family. For more information, visit nkfsurf.com.
When I'm on the move, there's only one move that works for me, so I'm going to Checkers. Slide me that $2.49 chicken bites and fries box. No matter where I go, I'm going to enjoy the crispy, juicy, perfectly seasoned all-white meat chicken bites, plus a load of Checkers famous seasoned fries, all for just $2.49. That's right, this box is always coming in clutch. Checkers is boxing up deals like you've never seen before. Whether I'm running on empty or stepping on the gas, I'm taking one for the road with Checkers. Get it delivered now.
Every day, you breathe in thousands of microscopic germs, allergens, and viruses. Don't let these invisible invaders make breathing through your nose impossible. Flush them out with Navage. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril around the back of the nose and out the other nostril, helping flush out all the nasty things that make you miserable. Nearly 4 million people use Navage to breathe better, snore less, and feel healthier. People like Cindy, a verified Navage user who writes, "I've had such awful nasal congestion for the last couple years. I bought Navage and OMG, I can breathe again. I love this thing. Goodbye, Neti Pot. Hello, Navage." End quote. If you suffer from sinus congestion, allergies, or snoring, then Navage is the safe, drug-free solution you've been looking for. Navage is at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, and Navage.com. Navage. Navage. Clean nose. Healthy life.
Hear the latest news from the headlines on your phone. Download the free iHeartRadio app for exclusive live coverage of breaking news. From what's happening where you live to what's happening across the country. Live from the center of the story. Listen for free anywhere, anytime. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
Yo, it's Ross. I'm here to tell you about Persimmon Hollow Brewing Company. Straight up, they make great beer. In fact, they make my favorite beer. Their Blood Orange Wheat is my #1 right now. Andy and Robbie, the minds behind Persimmon Hollow Beer, beer are just passionate about the beer that they brew. You can really taste how much they give a damn about their beer. Visit Persimmon Hollow at any of their 5 locations so you can enjoy passionately crafted beers. Enjoy a Persimmon Hollow beer. Drink sensibly, but get weird. PersimmonHollowBrewing.com.
Today's Central Florida job market is more competitive than ever, but don't be discouraged. Attend the Florida Jobs Now Job Fair Wednesday, October 11th, noon to 4 p.m. at the Orlando Science Center, and connect with over 70 recruiters right here in Central Florida, some even offering on-the-spot interviews. Your next career is right in front of you. Join us at the Florida Jobs Now Job Fair Wednesday, October 11th, noon to 4 p.m. at the Orlando Science Center, located at 777 East Princeton Street in Orlando. Get more info at floridajobsnow.com.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
We now return to the Jim Colbert Show.
And now, the rest of the story. John sat around famished. He was waiting for a servant to complete the meal that he had given him with new instructions. Slice the cheese, slice the meat, pile the various toppings between, well, what? Slice the bread, he said. 1 piece on top, 1 piece on bottom. Thus creating the sandwich. And of course, why shouldn't have John created the sandwich? You know him better as the 4th Earl of Sandwich, and now you know the rest of the story. Good day.
Oh, was this
Paul Harvey?
Yeah, Paul Harvey.
Good day.
All right, 407-916-1041. We do have one line open for last call. If you'd like to grab that, 407-916-1041. Just one open. Grab that now, and we'll get to you guys here in just a few minutes. Fun show today.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to see everybody out at Sunset Walk out at the Promenade this Saturday from 12 until 3 for the big Best Of Challenge Sandwich Edition. If you did not get to hear the segments where we were talking about the sandwiches, you can do that. Just go listen to the podcast today. We started around 4:45 and ate all the way till about 5:30. And I'm telling you, like I just told Brandon Kravitz in the kitchen a minute ago, they took the leftover food and they put it in the kitchen. Our buddy Brandon from 96.9 The Game, who appears with us on Mondays, there was one of those chicken sandwiches left. He was reaching for the pulled pork sandwich, not taking anything away from the pulled pork sandwich. It is absolutely delicious with the smoked jalapeno and the fresh onion straws. Great. That chicken sandwich is a different machine. I said, buddy, get one of those, but definitely take that. Big old fat pieces of that fried chicken skin on top, that chicken bacon. God almighty. I cannot wait to see people try that sandwich. Unbelievable.
Avocado.
No, and again, we could sit here all day and tell you what a great deal it is. All day. And you would never believe it until you pay your $20 and come out and enjoy the sandwiches that we're going to enjoy on Saturday. Trust me when I tell you, I would never leave you wrong. I would never lead you down the wrong way. I'd never lie to you. This is the best food event deal you will ever experience. It's inconceivable how much you get for $20.
I mean, it's so much food. Take it like a challenge. I honestly, that's what I do going into it. I have yet to succeed.
It's so good. And I'm telling you, not only will you be full, it's a good time as well. Plenty to drink, bring the kids out, a lot of fun. We really hope to see you this Saturday at Sunset Walk. Get your tickets early, sunsetwalk.com. You can get them right when you walk up. I just don't want you to take the chance of getting left out. But you can do that for sure. Again, sunsetwalk.com. Hope to see everybody Saturday from 12 until 3. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Dev is here.
Hello.
And Jack. Yep. And Ross.
It's true.
All right. Tomorrow is Wednesday. No Scott Maxwell tomorrow. We got called out of town at the last minute on a gig. Who's coming in for Animal House?
We're going to see Daryl Payne from Pawfection Dog Training.
We get to talk to him about how much fun he had at Suds, Pups, and Pints.
And what we've got planned for him next year.
By the way, our next year's shirt's going to be, I'm down with SPP. Yeah, you know me. My buddy Daniel Dennis said that to me. He sent me to. He goes, "I'm down with SPP."
I love that. I love that.
Suds, Pups, and Pints. It was such a good time. I got to talk to the big boss in the elevator the other day. She said, "Great event." Right? She said that. I was like, "Yeah, really good event. Really great start to what is going to be a legacy event for us here on the Jim Colbert Show."
Did you see Deb's picture in the newsletter?
I know, I loved
today?
it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Getting
seconds after
you having a dog suck your face.
I know. She put her Well, my molars are clean.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah.
All right,
Sweet
Deb,
pup, though.
who do we have to thank today?
Well, we want to thank Frogger's Grill and Bar for bringing us our football picks.
That's right.
Ribbit.
Also want to thank Sam Bone and Candace Rich for running our YouTube chat. And now we've got the big list. We've got Ray Steins. Don't forget, Vice President of Entertainment and Marketing at the Promenade at Sunset Walk over there at Margaritaville Resort. We also want to thank Katrina Hanko, the General Manager of Rock and Brews. We want to thank Zach Fertile from Anthony's Coal-Fired Pizza, along with Yeoman's Top Golf Swing Suite, Amanda McNorrell, Director of Operations, and last but not least, Cowboy Chicken Paul Belanca, the franchise owner.
Yeah,
Thank
very
you all
nice.
for coming in today and bringing us the best food we've had
Yeah.
all week long.
Guys, I'm telling you, man. Not to mention that brie sandwich. I think that was Jack's favorite, right? The one with the brie and the beef.
That was really good. I tell you,
The
pulled pork.
apples?
I am a huge pulled pork fan, and
Then you're gonna love me.
Yeah, not only with the onion crisp on it, but also the candied jalapeno. Just not too much heat, but flavor.
And don't
you find that happy balance?
And don't you agree that you love the fact that they don't drown their pork in barbecue sauce?
Yes.
It's just the perfect bark of the pork with just a little bit of touch of sauce, just to let you know it's there.
And I ate the whole sandwich. And I know we had to try 4 different ones, and I ate that whole thing. I couldn't stop.
I literally wish I could walk out and deliver one of these sandwiches to everybody who listens to the show tonight.
Right.
I really wish I could just put 4 of those on a plate and say, hey, buy a ticket, right?
Try this.
When you see that plate of food, you can't even believe it. Stand up?
Not stand up. I'm doing a storytelling show. It's called Oral Projects.
Okay.
And I'm not doing the first word in the projects. It's called Oral Projects. It's going down on Mills. I'm telling a 20-minute story. I've been practicing. You can get your tickets off of the link on my Instagram bio.
Very nice. Chat question of the day?
Yes, it is. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
It is not.
It was brought back today, the question. We talked about it yesterday. You had the chefs in. You talked to them.
90% of the people say it is not because that's how much of our audience is sane.
How about maybe you're overrating the sanity factor? It's a little less, but it is a majority no. 75% over in our YouTube feed say no, and it's only 61% no on Facebook and Twitter.
Wow.
Those animals.
All right, there you go. Let's get to it. Here's the last call. Let's do it. Big T, last call.
All right, just a voice of frustration real quick. Blew the motor in my Ford Ranger. Looked at the used car market and found it is more affordable to spend about $6,000 to $7,000 to put a new engine in my truck than buy a used car and take the risk. How sad.
Oh, I don't know, buddy. I would go to the You Pull It stores and look me for a Ford Ranger motor way less than $6,000. Way less than $6,000. You could do a swap for a 302 for that kind of money.
Next time, try hugging a Ranger.
There you go. Tyler, last call.
Uh-huh.
Hey, one of my favorites, it's a song from the 20s. It's not R. Kelly this time, but it's by this title. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. A long way from home.
Very good, dude. Okay.
He wins.
Oh, thanks, Tyler. Appreciate that.
Thank you, Tyler.
He wins that song, Motherless Child, in the year 1899.
Wow, there you go. Angry Eric, last call.
Jim, this is Angry. I drove all the way to Miami to see the Broncos play and couldn't be more angry, Eric. All I have to say is some son of a bitch needs to get fired.
Yeah, right, for sure, buddy. Soul Man, last call.
Hey guys, that $20 sounds a really good deal to me based on all the sandwiches you're going to get. My favorite song is the 1812 Overture. I know it doesn't have any lyrics. Does that count?
Yeah, somebody said the Star Spangled Banner as well.
What year did that come out, though?
Yeah.
1812?
Yeah. What time is the 3 o'clock parade?
Mike, last call. Take us home.
This is Mike Buzzer Larson here. What's the most popular dating site in India called, Jimmy?
I don't know. What is the most popular dating site in India?
This might be bad.
Connect the dots. Thank you.
Oh, my God. almighty.
Let's cancel him for the rest of
God
the night.
Yeah,
almighty.
Larry, you got to stop doing those kinds of last call jokes.
Did you call him Larry?
Sorry.
He introduces himself every time.
I was so offended I actually forgot his name. Popped
This
right
is
out.
Larry Buzzer Larson.
Doesn't have the same ring to it. All right, let's get out of here. Tomorrow, Animal House, your calls, texts, and talkbacks, all kinds of fun stuff. Plus the opportunity to win tickets to our gig coming up this Saturday at Sunset Walk for the Best of Challenge Sandwich Edition. Grab your tickets at sunsetwalk.com.
Larry's sitting at home right now. He's like, I can't catch a break. They're always picking on me even when I don't call.
I got no food. All right, on behalf of Deb, Jack, and Ross, I am Jim. We follow the News Junkie. They follow the monsters in the morning. After us, it's Tom and Dan with the Corporate Time and our friends from Real Laughs. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 for more of the Jim Colbert Show. Until then, have yourself a fantastic Tuesday evening.
And be safe with the storms out there. Bye.
Yep, you got it, Toyota.
A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan is coming up next on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. goldsmithjewelry.com.
Still seeing some slowdowns on I-4 this afternoon, both east and westbound on the interstate by the major attractions exit.